Welcome back to another episode of Cracking One Open with Christian and Beau. That's right, it's all official. This is another new episode. We've had a bit of a break over Christmas and New Year's, haven't we, Boheme?
If you mean break by still working every day of the week, but yeah, it's been...
You had a holiday too, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I just got back from Vanuatu.
No, you didn't.
No, it was Thailand, so same shit. I forget, it was last week.
You got back from schoolies in Thailand, didn't you?
Yeah.
Schoolies.
AKA Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Shout out to Kentucky.
How many times did you get thrown up on in AIDS?
It wasn't South Croatia, so I was all right.
Ah, all right.
That's where the Aussies go to throw up on the boats.
I thought Kentucky's where Aussies go to throw up in general.
No, that's the English.
Oh, okay.
Top deck's where the Aussies throw up.
All right, well, anyway, yeah, we had a bit of a break over Christmas and New Year's. That's why it's been so long between episodes. Yep. But we're back. We've got a wicked guest today, don't we?
Yeah. Wicked? James Dougan.
James Dougan.
Talk like this all the time. Nah, what's good? It's your boy. Hold it down. In the business. Grind time.
Grind time.
Grind time. Hold it down. Hold it down. Fine. Go with the theme song. You cut it.
Wombat's mange. Yeah.
And then come in like, oh yeah, Wombat's mange was a good idea. It's fine.
Dick Oath.
So, James Dougan is our guest today.
Yeah,
welcome, Jimmy.
What's good? Thanks for having me, boys. Great name for the podcast, I might add. Yeah, I wonder where you got that one from. It's fine.
We had some help, didn't we?
It's fine. It's good.
We did. I consulted James when I was.
Oh, is that
bouncing.
where it came from?
It's kind of.
If you go through it legally, I wrote it and I actually.
I workshopped it. It was a 50-50 effort. We workshopped probably. Look, it was 75-25, 75 my way. I bounced ideas off him and he fine-tuned it.
Clearly, James Dougan's pretty much the spirit of this podcast.
He pretty much is.
So God has emerged.
This is the first episode we're filming today as well, so you might get some snips.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there might be some little snips.
Absolutely.
Some little snippets floating around online, and we're filming that. And Jimmy Dougan helped set that up because
allegedly
this guy was in film school.
Allegedly, it's fine. Joe Rogan, eat your heart out. It's fine. JR Clips, fight me. It's fine.
So Christian, who is this James guy?
James guy. He worked in the bottle shop with you.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a different podcast from like the last podcast.
That's how I know him.
He's a friend. He's made of a wall. He's found me outside. I'm just hanging out. I was in a bottle shop. They drove through. And they went, "Hey, can I get a 6-pack? And you doing something later?" And I went, "Yeah." You, and then now we're here.
Yeah, we were like real desperate for a guest, and I was driving through grabbing some beers, and I was like, "Hey, dude, you got a nice beard. You want to come on the podcast?" Well, our last guy had a beard too.
Yeah.
True. It's like an upgrade.
It might be, it might be saying something. Maybe it's a beard between them. The two boys in a relationship. I'm the beard. Maybe they're both gay. We'll find out today. This isn't casting couch? Oh.
This is
two guys.
casting chair.
Two guys.
Damn, I share my back pussy for nothing?
What's a back pussy?
You'll find out later.
Two guys, guys, one beard.
Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast, My Two Dads. It's fine, you got to work out the things.
So Jimmy's been a friend of both of ours for a little while. He's probably more friendly with Beau for a lot before me.
Beau's my dad.
Yeah. And then
Jimmy's my son, yeah.
He came on the Vegas trip with us last year in April, the Vegas trip we've spoken a little bit about. And
he was the first down.
I reckon we can probably get more stories today.
The infamous trip. Nah, it's fine. It was good. It was notorious, like Conor McGregor. It was good. Hold it down.
In the home of Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Jimmy got in there, and that was your first trip to America.
Jimmy was a beast. Thank you. Jimmy was an absolute beast on that trip.
Wombat, just round, fell asleep a lot, and fought people. It's fine.
Fell asleep the first night in Vegas on the balcony and woke up to the blistering desert sun. Just
my nipples were
sun
chafed.
fucking you. And I put that photo up, and everyone was talking about the size of your nipples.
Cut that in here, like up the top here. My nipples, fucking dinner plates, son. Oh.
Dinner plates.
They look like ultimate frisbees. You can throw that out.
The guy I used to work with, Steve. Steve's comment was the best. He was like, "Those nipples have nipples."
Yeah, no, my nipples got nipples, ladies. What?
that's a weird way to.
Yeah, no, that's my Tinder bio. Yeah, my nipples have nipples. Yeah, it's fine.
You went so fucking hard each night.
Yeah,
I felt like I was fucking 80.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I'd be ready for bed at 1 and you were kicking on until sunrise.
I was at Walmart getting
But
chocolate
that was-
chips.
Oh, yeah,
Nice,
you
man.
went down.
You were legitimately the only one ready for bed at 1 though.
I'm still like that.
1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah.
On the other side of the world in Vegas, and he's like,
MacGyver's
"Oh no, Neighbours is on. Better get to
No,
bed."
bullshit, mate. I got up early and I was on.
He was up early every day, yeah, because I was going
He
to
was
bed.
up early.
Yeah, 'cause
he
I
was
remember
up
we-
early because he was in bed early.
Yeah, true. I was going to bed. He's like, "Oh, we want to come?" I was like, "Nah, man, I'm just going to have a nap." Yeah, we nap and then we kick
Daytime
on.
shift, nighttime shift.
So should we run like through a full timeline of the trip and maybe like some highlights of each area, or just
Ooh,
why don't you just
yeah.
give us your highlights?
Well, highlights wise, is it actually starts way back, way back. Way back at the effects, like no, it's
Like at the start of the trip, or
no, not
before
even
the trip?
before that. Beau came to me on a shift at the bottle shop, and he's like, "Hey, pussy, you want to come to Vegas?" And I went, "Yeah, all right. We going?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah. I'll message you the details. We're gonna get a Bentley." And I'm like, "Fuck, no, we're gonna get a Rolls Royce." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, okay, all right, man, cool." A week later, he sends me an itinerary, and I'm like, this is not affordable. I'll give me like maybe 2 months. And Beau's like, "I'll hold you to that." 2 months later, he's like, "Where's my money, pussy?" And then I'm like, "Fuck it, okay." I had nothing else going on. Why not? Just uni was there, so I was like, "Fuck it, I need a break." Not a break. I need fucking some anarchy in my like. Oh.
yeah.
And then,
Yeah, that's not like it was a relaxing
oh no, it was it's
break of a trip.
what you're supposed to do, isn't it? No.
Yeah,
In
no.
Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, I mean Vegas is another beast. But anyway, it's just like slap cuts to me getting off the car, and then like I look at a bus and Beau's there like, "Ugh!" And I'm like, "Oh cool, I forgot there's a wine tour today." And then Christian, I'm like, "Oh, what up, Christian?" First time I met Christian's lovely girlfriend, Emily. Shouts out, cool. Shouts out, shot.
Yeah,
That's right.
shot the fucking Pinot, mate.
Yeah, no, look, Mr. PB King, Peanut Butters, he's on.
Peanut
I love
butters.
peanut butter
Peanut butter
kings.
kings.
Don't
Yeah,
fucking call me peanut butter.
you're PB Lord.
Ooh.
I'm PB Lord. I fucking like
You're
that.
PB
Oh,
trans.
Am I Duke? No, trans PB. Yeah, got trans fats. Hold it down.
Trans fats, bitch.
That's my catchphrase. Hold it down, because Christian said biologically like I think 15 times in the last podcast. So I'm trying to beat it.
Did you really say
He
biologically?
was
that
talking
much?
about men and women, and I was like, biologically, they are. And I was like, okay, so I counted, and it's 9. So
What? I said biologically a lot.
yeah, you did. But anyway,
Yeah.
it cuts to that, and then I'm like, oh, sweet, cool, this is real, and I've packed like a duffel bag for 7 days. So I'm like, fuck it. So then it jumps around a bit, because it goes, we get on a wine tour. I've never been on a wine tour. I'm from the ghetto. I'm from the streets, actually, because they picked me up outside. And then they're
Yeah.
like, hey, we're going to do a wine tour. We're going to do all these cool wines and stuff. And I'm like, cool. Are you supposed to scull wine? No, you're not supposed to scull wine at all. You're not supposed to drink PBRs and drink Fireball at all. So we'll just...
Yeah, we had that wild
stuff.
winery trip the day before we left. So we flew out of Melbourne at what,
Pre-Vegas.
like 6
Yeah.
a.m.
So yeah, the idea was to back up the flight. So the day before winery tour, we kicked on in the city, stayed in the city, and then got up at 6 a.m. to get a flight to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And that was the fun part. Do a wine tour and wake up in
Yeah,
America.
and the wine tour was
in
also
Melbourne.
so
In
that you
Melbourne.
could celebrate your birthday with everyone.
Yeah, that was for the
regardless of
birthday.
whether they were coming to Vegas.
Yeah, if they're not broke boys, you know.
So hang on, now we're on a plane to Los Angeles.
So now we
So
wake
then,
up
yeah,
in the
we
morning.
have that crazy trip.
Oh, even before that, cut back. We go out after the wine tour, after a full day of drinking, go out again. We have a couple of shots with some random backpacker we found on the street. That's
Yeah.
a true story.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that the Canadian guy? that
yeah,
wouldn't
no
leave us
idea
alone?
where'd he go?
Oh, wouldn't leave us alone.
Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah, it turned into harassment.
Yeah, but he bought a bunch of shots, so it was good. And then it slap cuts to me vomiting outside of a hotel window. And then it slap cuts again of Christian kicking in the door with Viva Las Vegas playing and in his undies. And I went, this is not my room. Or maybe it is my room. I wasn't sure if I was awake.
What the fuck?
Because
Yeah,
dreams
do you
do come
remember
true.
that? I woke you up. I woke you both. We were. In
I could
the,
hear it
we,
coming
we
as
were
well. He
Like,
was like,
Oh, yeah,
we
I
were like
remember.
in the Airbnb, and I put
In the morning.
Viva Las Vegas,
That-
to wake you guys up, because
Yeah.
we had to get up at like 4 a.m. or something to be at the
Yeah,
airport. No, sorry, we had to wake up like 5 a.m. to be at the airport
I
by
remember.
6 for the 9 o'clock.
Well, the sun was
flight.
coming up when
So I
was
woke
going
you
for
guys
Uber,
up.
yeah.
I came in my underwear and with
Undies.
Underwear,
Undies.
sponsored. That's one.
yeah, me undies.
Me undies. Send us
And
money.
came in with.
That was good. That was a good way to wake
That
up.
was a
Yeah.
good way to wake up, I reckon.
I
It's one of
forgot
the best
that.
ways to wake up, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Especially
hoping
when you're
one of
going
you
to
guys would do that
Vegas.
to me, but I had to bring it.
I was sleeping, Beau was cuddling me. We were asleep. It's fine.
Yeah, we were
you know?
spooning. There's
Yeah.
no big or little. It's just
Nah,
equal,
we'll just
equal
couple of
rights.
spoons
Equal
in a
rights
drawer.
spoon.
Yeah, it's good.
So then we land in LA.
Oof. We land in LA. Fuck me dead. And I'm
And your
in my
world
head.
was just upside
I-
down.
I was like, I slept maybe 3 hours, and then I didn't sleep until we got to Vegas.
You didn't sleep on the plane?
I didn't sleep on the plane. I watched 4 movies back to back, and then just like tried. But Beau was next to me, and the Canadian guy next to us like, "You guys going to Vegas? Yeah." And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Wow." I'm like, "It's his 30th." He's like, "Cool. Don't talk to me for the rest of the 15 hours." And I'm like, "Cool, man. Cheers." Then we're like, it goes on. I'm standing up doing my fucking Kegels and Kegels. Yeah, doing my Kegels. My
You were
Pilates.
doing Kegels?
Yeah, I was doing Kegels, getting ready for Vegas.
Keeping that butt pussy tight.
Yeah, gotta keep that back pussy.
Back pussy.
That's fine.
I never heard of the
That's
back
fine.
pussy.
Shouts out to Adriana. We'll get there.
Was
get
Grande?
there. Yeah, no.
Oh, right. I don't know who you're talking about.
The next one, it's fine. But
Oh,
anyway,
shit.
we wake up. I wake up. We get to fucking LA. We get through customs with 4 Mexicans, which was wild. They're all just like, sir, none of Espanol. I was like, oh shit, this is dope. And then I was like, I thought we were in Mexico, because originally we were going to Mexico.
Yeah, heavy Spanish.
And
Yeah,
I
we
was
were meant to
thinking
go
I
to
was-
Los Cabo San Lucas.
I was still thinking I was
too
dreaming.
expensive.
Because like a couple of boys and a girl get off at a plane. It sounds like a TV show. It was good. And I was, or maybe the plane crashed and this is Lost. Is this Lost?
Yeah, or air crash investigation, which
Could
is
be.
worse.
Black box.
We're in purgatory.
Hey, this is fine. Spoiler.
We made it.
So we get out, and then we're like, oh, we'll get an Uber, which found out that my duffel bag was prime for climbing up those fucking stairs. We had to go up and down all the time, and everyone had normal suitcases like adults. And there I was with my Nike
Yeah, that's
duffel
the
bag.
fucking
Where was
annoying
this?
thing. You know, LAX, how you're going up and down stairs
So
constantly.
you go
It's
from
like,
the bottom to the top.
Yeah,
next to the
yeah.
road.
Oh, at the
Land,
front
and
there.
you get into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
second
yeah.
level, then you got to go down to customs, then like back up to collect your bag, and then back down to go. Like it's just bullshit.
It's a big airport.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
fucked.
walking.
So then we got an Uber.
Oof,
We
that Uber
jumped
was
in the
weird.
Uber and we
I was in
went
the
and got
passenger seat.
our car.
Yeah, the car, which I had no idea. Legally, I had no idea what we were doing. But we pull up at Ralph's. Shout out to Ralph's.
The discount
The
clothing store.
No, I was like,
Yeah.
so
Ralph's?
No, it was Ralph's. It's Ralph's. Is that?
Oh, no,
fucking-
it's the grocery
It's the grocery
store.
store.
It was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
grocery
next
store
It's
door
like
that
to
we
that.
went
Turo.
to,
So
yeah.
Woolworths that
We used
sells
Turo.
like Yellowtail wine in the gallon for like $5.
Yeah.
Wild. Then we
Yeah.
pull up at that garage. There's a homeless man across the way, and the Uber driver just like, yeah, get out. Like, sweet. Then we go upstairs, and there's a smaller Mexican boy, and he's just like, what do you want?
What up?
And then,
What do you want?
and then Chris is like, hello, sir. We've got an order. And he's like,
Donde
yeah.
está el Range Rover?
He went, el gringo.
Como esta, asshole?
Salchicha
Donde
grande.
está el Range Rover, puto?
Sporto.
Sporto. El Sporto from
Wait.
El Turo?
Not the Vogue. That's for Chicky, babe.
No, so yeah, we picked up Mum's soccer, M's soccer,
It's
M's
hard.
soccer
Words
mum
are
car.
hard.
That's a mouthful. M's soccer mum car. We picked up the Range Rover that then was going to take us all the way to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, which we
But first, we took a detour
we did take a detour. We tried to
down
go.
through South Side.
We had to wait before that. We had to kind of go in and out, but we realized it was like 6 a.m. and in and out wasn't open.
Yeah,
then
the
we had to be
airport
like,
one.
oh, you know what? If we're already at the low, might as well go lower, go to South Side and hold up Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, we went
Hold
down
it
to
down.
South Central to
Yeah.
check out where Nipsey Hussle had just been recently shot.
Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks after he got shot.
I think we were there, yeah, like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. It was a scene.
But we were in this pimped out Range Rover for people that are so white.
I mean, I'm hold it down half,
No, you're,
And
but still,
we had seafood, didn't
not
we?
da- This
oh yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah, that's right. You went
Ooh.
into so we got the car. The car was through the app Turo, which you just
Shout out
like-
to Turo.
Yeah, shout out,
'cause
sponsor
Turo's- Turo sponsored that trip. We got like 4 cars through Turo.
Oh,
that
incredible cars.
Incredible service.
And fantastic
Trip. Actually,
service.
literally did get 4 cars through Turo that trip. We had the Range Rover. I got the Tesla. Then we had
The Bentley wasn't.
the what?
The Bentley wasn't.
The Bentley wasn't,
No.
but the car that took us to Napa. And
The
then
little-
me and him went back and we got the
Charger?
Dodge Charger.
Okay, yeah, so
that was
we
all
used a
through
lot.
Turo.
The John
Yeah.
Wick car. Yeah.
Turo,
Which is
sponsor this podcast.
Airbnb of cars, if people don't know
Yeah,
what
it's
it
the
is.
Airbnb of cars. Anyone can put up their card like to
T-U-R-O,
rent. It is
Turo.
the best.
So
we need
good.
it here in Australia. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It'll probably put Beau out of business, but it's still pretty amazing.
Oh, if they could self-drive and they could tell you about Pinot.
Oh,
Wow.
shouts out.
And-
So we
Rouse.
we had to pick up the car from that lot where it was like the Turo lot. Like
Yeah.
people leave their cars there to get picked up, and there
Yeah.
was that shopping center, Ralph's, right next door.
Yeah.
So you went in and we got some snacks for the road trip. So we're grabbing like Jimmy's just lost in the
Oh, I
booze
was-
because he's like, holy
I was
shit,
impressed.
a bottle of Jack Daniels for like $20. So
It's like
Jimmy's
15.
just going nuts at the alcohol.
cheap.
I'm grabbing like chips and stuff, like road trip food,
Like
and
an
you
adult.
come from the deli with a tray of smoked salmon.
Hey man, you got to do the Crenshaw Boulevard
And what?
arrange you with the smoked
Hang on,
salmon.
but what was your reasoning? You were like, I just really need.
Because he
the
wanted them
fish
to taste the
oils.
privilege.
I need the essential
I
omega
needed-
3s and 6s.
I needed the omega oils.
You know what the South needs? More fish.
more fish.
He left some in Nipsey Hussle. No, he didn't.
At least the main reason I did that was so on my memo notes I could always look back to life achievements and say I drove into a Crip neighborhood with smoked salmon.
Man, driving into a
unlocked, yeah.
Crip neighborhood, and it was a full blood Crip, not blood. It was a full Crip neighborhood. I can't say blood and Crip in the same sentence.
Yeah,
It was a full Crip neighborhood though. The Nipsey Hussle site had
That memorial
blue
was
bandanas
crazy.
all over the place. There were legit gangsters hanging out there in massive blue hoodies and jumpers and stuff. And for sure, they had to have been packing some heat.
Hundo, but it was
Yeah,
it was
for sure.
But yeah,
definitely
I thought
church.
driving through that
Sick.
neighborhood in a Range Rover was enough. You were like, no, I need to have smoked salmon to the little mix.
Straight down, I think the 405 to Crenshaw, smoked salmon, pulled the Range out. We illegally parked the Range Rover on Crenshaw
Allegedly.
Boulevard.
We did.
And we,
And Emily was like, I'm staying in the
yeah,
car.
Em
I'm
was
not
in
getting
the.
out.
She's like, I'm not leaving this fucking car.
And you turned to her full serious, and you're like, if anything happens, drive off. You turned to her and you're like, if anything happens, don't wait for us, drive off.
Coming
The trip
from a-
could have been very interesting and very different if that happened. I mean,
She shouldn't have listened to me. I was in Birkenstocks and a white guy in
White tee,
in South Central.
I was wearing a blue
But-
shirt, so I was fine.
You were fine. Imagine
Yeah.
if it was red though. That'd have been a bit.
It would have been, yeah, I would have been, my back pussy would have got used. Be fine.
Should have worn gold.
Should have.
Latin Kings.
Hold it down.
But- so that was a good way to start that trip.
Yeah, that was a good way of starting the trip. And then we've jumped into the car and started driving through LA to head on to Vegas. And
Through
we've put
South
on the
Central.
album that you have to listen to when you drive from LA to Vegas. What's that album, Bohane?
It's songs for the deaf.
It's Venga Boys by the Venga
It's the banger boy.
Boom, 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 boom.
I want you in my womb.
What?
What?
Oh God.
No.
No. So
Nah, pull out.
we're gonna pull out. That's Chris Draper's problem.
It's fine.
Shout out Chris Draper.
Yeah, he's a clean jerk.
He's related. So
Roy Orbison wishes.
we were driving to Vegas listening to a certain record,
Yeah.
which the theme of the record is driving to Joshua Tree. But we drove through.
No, we
Joshua-
drove to Joshua Tree, didn't we? We stopped
we
there for
didn't
the
drive. I
Walmart.
don't think we drove through Joshua Tree.
Hang on, I'm lost.
Did we
We
stop at
got
Walmart?
near Joshua Tree, I think.
Were you
'cause
there?
We stopped at
I
the
can't
Walmart that
remember.
we stopped and we got our SIM cards out, I think was near Joshua
Yeah, where I
Tree.
got my
But I don't
first
think I
drink.
actually drove through
good.
Joshua Tree. That's where you
Budweiser.
also got Panda Express because you needed some veggies.
Yeah, my system depends on steamed broccoli.
Yeah,
And
but you and
NSG.
I were just bumping music and loving that 4-hour drive and like
This cunt was asleep. What do you mean?
Dugan
Was it
and
really? I was in the
Dugan and Em were like asleep in
That's
the back.
bullshit. I was there. I was,
Dugan.
I was the one who was awake the whole fucking time.
Dude,
He was
no,
napping.
you two
We
were
were,
out.
I wasn't fucking asleep because we were listening to Horse with No Name as we were driving through the desert. And this cunt was in the front just with his toes up and his Birkenstock still on.
Oh, that's right. I remember we
I
did
was
listen to
fucking
Horse through the desert.
I wasn't there.
Who are you?
I also
Excuse me?
remember. I also put on that song from
Red Dead.
Redemption as well. Driving through the desert. That's,
Too. Shout
yeah.
out. Arthur Morgan. Oh, what a man.
So we'll jump forward to Vegas. Just give us your highlight of the Vegas trip.
Getting touched up by homeless women and then them pissing on the ground and then nearly fingering, and then getting crack from that guy outside of Macca's. That was a good time.
Outside of Macca's, I thought the guy offered us crack inside.
Oh no, there was two guys that offered us crack. We got
Oh, okay.
crack
Tell
cocaine.
the story. Tell the story.
Well, so there's multiple stories here because Vegas is
A den
the
of-
land of the dead. It's for debauchery and dirty strippers.
A hive of
Oh,
scum
also-
and villainy.
Pretty clean strippers, you know. Call me back, please.
Oh,
It's a
You
place.
keep dropping those things. You got to explain
No,
them.
it's fine. We're gonna get there.
When you said "call me back,"
Yeah,
what does that
call me
mean?
back. No,
Why?
Oh, so we'll get to there. So one night we're going out. Me, Beau, shout out to Ricky. He's taller than Christian, and one of the kings of the trip, the Duff Man. Oh, what a king! So we end up getting in a random van outside. We just talk. We're walking around. We're drinking in Vegas. It's lovely. We go into it. We walk out, and then Beau starts talking to, I guess, one of your dads. I don't know, some random.
There was a
chauffeur.
concierge at the Bellagio.
It was,
of all
yeah,
places.
no, it was like the valet or the concierge standing out front. And he's
Yeah,
like,
dude
oh,
in
you
like
guys
a
are going to
random
the strip
jacket.
club. We were like, yeah, we are going to the strip club. He's like, do you want a fucking sick ass limo? We were like, yeah, what's the catch? He's like, no
It's a
catch,
van.
totally free.
It's yeah. It was totally free, and we hopped in, and it was like
It was one of the
a nightclub.
Yeah, it was a Mercedes Sprinter. It was the nice
Yeah.
big Mercedes Sprinter that I reckon you should buy for Big Grape.
Yeah, well,
Or just for
If
cash.
you've got
Dream,
150 grand spare.
yeah, no worries, mate. I'll
That's
just
chump
But
change.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
we
one
can
of
trust
those,
them.
like, pimped out to be a limo in the back, and we jumped in that, and then next minute we're, like, privately getting driven to the strip club in that.
Yeah, what strip club was that?
Was it Crazy Horse?
It
Or
was
Hustler?
Crazy Horse.
Shout out Crazy Horse.
So, oh my god!
The, like,
some-
iconic Vegas strip club, the Crazy Horse.
Right, okay, I didn't know that. I always
Yeah.
go to Sapphires, which
Oh,
is another
yeah.
one.
Oh, you always go to Sapphires, yeah?
Yeah, Sapphires is meant to be the biggest strip club in,
Did they
in,
know
the,
you
in
were
the
down there?
world.
Oh, you were asking, did they go Sapphires? And they're like, no, go Crazy Horses.
No,
It's
no,
better.
no.
So yeah, they dropped
hola,
us out the
hola.
front of the strip club, but then we were like, we're not going to go to the strip club because we're good boys. So we went home, brushed our teeth, and went to bed.
Yeah, that means we all jerked each other off in the back of the van and then we brushed our teeth. And we went to bed. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Cutting back to reality.
Cutting back, we never went in.
So we went into the strip club. We went into the strip club, and Jimmy got a stripper's number.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Slash porn star.
Here's the thing. So,
Slash porn star.
slash porn star. She is a porn star. Shouts out. I won't drop her handle because she retired recently.
He knows.
Yeah, she's fine. She's coming over to Australia. And no,
Oh
she's not.
God,
She's coming over to
Jimmy's a
Australia,
dad.
and
I'm
we're
a
getting
dad.
married.
Yeah, legally, we're already de facto. It's fine. No, yeah. So we rock up. We walk in. It's the music's pumping. It's like it's gold. There's women on poles. There's women walking around, all with like. It's so different over there. Their strip clubs, like all the women's boobs are like normal compared to like the one in Dandenong where they're like looking at like they look like a clock because like the big hand's up here but the little hand's at the other side. And you're just looking at them like one of them's got a lazy eye. You're like, oh damn girl. You're like, what do you do with that? It's fine.
Asperger tits.
Yeah, like you say Asperger tits. Yeah, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Rain Man tits. I was trying to count them all. I'm like, no, it was fine. But yeah, we walk in. They're lovely. They show us that. Like, oh, cool. Blah, blah. Like, oh, yeah, you take cash as you do at a strip club. I was trying to throw coins. Weird. And then they're like, oh, ATM's over there. So all the boys go over to the ATM. I'm not about that life. I've been to a lot of strip clubs. I used to do a bit of bar work at a strip club. I'm not about it. I respect the grind.
Yeah.
It's not for me. So I went to the bar.
You were upset that it wasn't a gay strip
Yeah,
club.
you-
Yeah, I was upset that none of us wanted to get up. I was already shirtless. And they're just like, sir, put your shirts on because your nipples are fucking weird.
Dinner
And I was like,
plates,
it's fine.
yeah.
Both my nipples, or four. It's fine.
All right, so that's why you set out a lap dancers
Yeah.
because you've worked in a strip club.
Yeah, I was just like,
Okay,
I see the hustle, and I'm like, I know all the techniques. Like, it's fine. Because then Beau goes off to a private room. Don't know. He doesn't come back. Allegedly. Christian didn't even come in. Christian was outside. He was in the car drinking a Coke through a straw. But then he
Yeah,
came
you gotta
in
watch-
and
you
he was
gotta
like,
watch
who
the
wants the
teeth.
fucking money, boys?
You got to watch the teeth. That's why I drink it through a straw. 'cause
Yeah, sir.
Otherwise, it
Gucci,
fucks up your
babe.
teeth.
So that's why our van was
Classic.
free. Because,
Some people drink coffee through a straw as well so it doesn't stain their teeth.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kardashian watches.
Real
Come
stupid.
stain your teeth? I don't know.
It's real
Didn't
stupid.
say mine. Anyway,
Well, technically, you drink that through a straw as well.
it's a big
One of the
hose.
McDonald's straws, like the boost juice straws.
Yeah, it's paper. So halfway through it falls
And you're
apart.
like, environmentally, it's okay.
It's fine. Turtles don't fuck. It's okay.
My straw doesn't have any paper. I've been circumcised.
I've got too much paper at the end. I'm like pulling it back like a sleeping bag. Oh, it's fucked. Trying to put it into a hole. It's fucked. Anyway,
What are
we
we
walk in.
talking
So
about?
half the boys are getting stripped. No, Ricky was outside as well. Ricky was also outside with Christian, looking for money to get strippers. So they walk in. They go to the ATM, which
Oh.
is another fucking thing. Because all boy, they're like, yeah, let's get cash. Let's support these girls, put them through college, as you do.
That's it.
And they went to go get, some bills out. And what was the surcharge, Christian? I believe it was $50 surcharge.
I think it was more. I think it was
eight.
60.
I thought it was
80.
Was it 80?
US.
I didn't get
Sorry,
cash
it was 80.
outs. It was
Yeah, no, you're right. It was
US.
$80 US to get money out.
In the strip club.
Yeah,
the strip
which
club.
in Australian dollars is about 345 cents.
It
but
was hideous.
It was fucked. So then there I am at the bar, just like girls walking. I'm like, nah, I'm not about it. I'm just going to drink and just be merry. Talk to the bartenders because the bartenders don't get no love. Christian knows bartenders don't get love.
No,
Yeah, they just get to watch. It's bad. You know?
just Coke.
They're all a bunch of cucks. Anyway.
Cuckolds.
So I'm standing there, and then
That's enough for you.
An individual walks up next to me. She's in normal clothes. I'm like, oh, cool. Maybe someone just hanging out. She starts drinking. I'm like, oh, where are you from? She's like, oh, I'm from Vegas. I used to live in New York. Blah, blah, blah. We talk. And I'm like, hey, cool. I'm fucking pissed at this time. So I'm like, it's fine. I'm just going to talk shit. I'm going to buy her drinks, buy everyone drinks. It's cool. Spend like $400. Fuck my life. then after that, she's like, oh, hey, my shift's about to start. Do you want a lap dance? And I was like, ooh, you're not built like a stripper. Oh, God, here we go. And then she's like, no, it's whatever. And I'm like, nah. And at this point, Christian walks in with a Bible and he's like, we have to leave. These hussies are touching you. And I was like, thanks, Christian. I nearly had sex with a stripper. But then as I was leaving, she's like, oh, just let me know. Hit me up on the social. So we add each other on social. She follows some people I follow. She's friends with people I follow. I was like, fucking what? Shouts out to Charlie Classic. He won't watch this ever. For the tens of people that are watching this. Yeah, so she's like, oh, cool. No, I know these people. I used to live there. Like, she was a Busey Beauty and all this other stuff, like crazy shit. And I'm like, cool. And then I'm like, all right, whatever. She's like, oh, hit me up later because my shift finishes there. I can come party. Me. At this point, I'm like, oh, she actually wants to party. Like, oh, I can hear the wedding bells and everything. I'm like, damn, this is going to be a great story to tell our 7 children. Because I don't pull out.
No, because you're Irish.
He has trouble.
Because you're Irish.
Because I'm Irish, I have 7 children.
You'll
Fucking
have
leave.
7 children living on potatoes.
Yeah, it's fine. They're like a sack of potatoes. It's a bunch of them, and I just don't fucking do anything. Just chuck them in the back. Classic. Beau taught me well.
What do you do when you get onto a freeway? Can you pull out?
No, I don't. I go straight under and I stay.
You just stay on the
Yeah, like one of those
lane.
trucks that hit the small fucking bridges. I just stay there for 8 hours, soaking. And just like, is this fun? Jesus, does it? Anyway, so we fucking, Christian kicks all the like hussies and strumpets away with his holy water, which I think was cum. So he's like, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here, apps. And then we grab Beau out of the private room. He's already
It wasn't my
like,
cum.
Oh, someone else.
I got it at the Catholic Church. So.
Oh, true. There was a Walgreens next door. That's where we got it. Walgreens Church. The steeple.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to Walgreens. So we pulled Beau out of...
We're going to get so many sponsors.
No, I hope so. Or death threats. One or the other. So we pulled Beau out of the private room. He's got like lipstick all over him and she's like hitting him. She's like, oh, I didn't want this disease. And Beau's like, pussy. That's fine. Ricky was standing outside. And Duffman was, I think he was fingering like 5 girls. And
with each finger at the same time.
Oh, no, he had like, it's these 4 and then that one. And the thumbs were somewhere else. And then he was drinking a bottle of 5.
The thumbs were up his own ass. It's like, hold on a second. I'm the Duff man.
Both thumbs. So he's bent over like this. He's just like a fucking hand turkey at the back. Get on, girls. It's free. Oh shit. Like a ride at Caribbean Market. Fuck it hell.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
How many thumbs you give that, Duff? 2.
Oh, Duff man.
Shout out.
In peace.
Shout out to Duff man.
Duff didn't make it back from Vegas.
No, we never saw him again.
Yeah, we stayed there. But yeah, no, that's the story of how I nearly had sex with... actually, she hit me up after, and she's like, hey, where are you? And dumb me was like, oh, we're in this hotel suite. And
from
blah, blah, blah,
memory,
blah.
that night, she hit you up and you did the drunk text thing where you messaged
boy.
her like 40 times.
I believe it was
and you
45.
got 0 response.
Yeah, no, she realised I was a broke boy. Probably went through my Instagram and went, no. But, you know. And then on the
He's
last
from
day, she hit
Dumpton.
me up. She was like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, leaving. See ya. But yeah, then she was like, oh, you should hit me up on the blah, blah, blah. I have an OnlyFans. And at that point, I was like, oh, I'm too broke for this conversation. I can't do OnlyFans.
Yeah, you came
You
around.
looked her up on Pornhub though, didn't you?
Yeah, she was porn.
And she was on there.
How crazy is that? How often do you meet people in life where you can be like, hey, who's your name? What's your name? And you find, and they like, look at me on Pornhub.
Yeah. Oh, you.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's only me and her ever and on planet Earth and our group of people.
Yeah,
that
you
that's
type like
happened.
leprechaun, boheme, pussy bitch, and it's like you and that dude has your name tattooed on his ass.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
I'm on there. I'm on there, but I'm always behind the camera, so you never see me.
Oh, he's in the corner.
I filmed
semen.
the Ray J Kim sex tape. I was the
true.
cameraman.
Oh my god.
That's why it's so shit.
That's also so
I
close.
was only you can only do so much camera work when you've only got one hand on the camera.
True. Also, it was running the ASMR mics when Ray J kept licking his lips. Like, yeah, Kim. I'm like, boy, it's fine. It's good.
Look at that tongue out.
Yeah, no. Out of all the celebrity sex tapes, not the
I
best.
believe that conversation actually started with, how did we get offered crack?
What happened with the crack?
So the crack depends on which time. So there was a time.
You and I were sitting at a blackjack table.
Blackjack table, that time. Okay, so that time we're hanging out. I'm just chilling, drinking my Smirnoff Ices because you can drink in public. It's fucking lovely. Just walk around, smash them like a basic bitch I am. And Christian's there like, you know what? I've come to Vegas. I'm definitely betting money. We're like, okay, cool. Calm down. You have a problem. It's okay. There's no Keno. It's okay.
It's like
Fucking
Keno
Christian.
would fuck all of us.
Oh,
up.
you know, we'd be fucking, yeah. Well, Keno. Anyway, so Christian's like, yeah, cool. Deal me in. I get in there. They're like, sir, can you put your phone down? I'm like, all right, whatever. And then this gentleman of the night, he wasn't.
Was he a male prostitute?
I mean, he could have been. I was about to say, making it sound like he's a midnight cowboy.
He could have been. He could be the midnight marauder. But he just like sat down next to us. And
See,
he was
his
just like,
Q-tip.
yeah, he was kind of like, oh, I've seen it. Anyway, so he sat down next to me and he starts tapping my leg, and I'm like, okay, hello, darling. And then he's just like, hey, you want to party? And I'm like, yeah, we're partying. Yeah. He's like, hey, you want to party? And he started tapping my leg again. And I'm just like, okay. So I thought maybe I'll tap his leg. So I looked down. I was like, maybe that's what you do. And I look down, and the man's like, hey, he's got like a bag. And I'm like, oh, cool.
And it had the filthiest little black rocks in it.
And I was like, okay.
Black?
In my head,
It
I'm
was
like,
black.
I don't do
That's not
drugs.
normal?
If my mother ever watches, I don't
mean,
do
not
it.
that I know, but I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be black.
Yeah, it was actually that little, like, the little packets you find in shoes, like the shoe boxes. Yeah, it's like, don't eat. It was just a bunch of that. It was little fucking polystyrene.
What the fuck?
You had them in your fucking Asics. Anyway.
Yeah, my ass.
So he taps me. I'm like, hey, I don't do drugs while I'm drinking because I drink a lot, so I'm like, not about it. I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. I look over. Christian's over here. He's like fucking Viva Las Vegas.
I didn't know what was going on.
Making money. He's making money. He's making money, man. Nah,
Where were you, by the way?
I think we were in Harrah's, or we were in one of the cheap casinos.
Oh, right.
after
okay.
we, like,
Because
fucking
when
White
you're playing
Castle.
table games in Vegas, like if you're in any of the nicer, like majority of the hotels, all the table games are like $25 minimum bet. And
we broke, boys. Ooh.
yeah, no, we're broke. We were partying in the bloody penthouse at the
Palms.
Palms. We'd already spent all our money, so
True.
Yeah.
Strippers
so yeah,
are
no,
cheap.
like we wanted to play
Yeah,
like
that was
$5 minimum
expensive.
bet table games, so we're just in one of the cheaper casinos. Hence why a guy approached us trying to sell us crack cocaine.
I mean, yeah. And so he puts it on my leg. I look at Christian like, hey, Christian might want to party. You know, allegedly might want to party. And I go, hey, man, this dude wants to sell you this. And Christian's like, are you fucking crazy? And I was like, I might be.
I'm like, yeah, Jimmy starts tapping my leg, and I'm like,
I thought
what?
it was like a,
and he's
you know,
like, he motions
Chinese
for me to
whispers.
look down, and I look down,
And my
and he's
dick's
like
out?
got a little bag, and I'm like, grabbed it. I was like, what the fuck is that?
I'm like, oh,
He's like, it's crack.
I mean, you want some?
And I was like,
It's crack music.
he's like, so like we're playing with chips, right? And the colors, like obviously each chip has a different color for the denomination. I think blue was like $5 or something. And Dougan talks in code to me. He's like, yeah, he wants 2 blues for it.
Because he was a crip.
It's like, I don't
He
need those
followed
reds.
us from Nipsey Hussle's fucking
He
side.
came in like this.
Isn't that crazy? That's so the
That was
hustle's
crazy,
that
yeah.
strong.
So that happened. We got offered crack cocaine.
So if we're going to talk about street stories, then we've got to talk about the time Beau was beaten up by a woman of the night. She was actually like, maybe.
I told Beau this yesterday. I discovered that video on my laptop.
Do you have the video?
I've got the video.
Oh, dude, we've got to put that in the link dump. It's
Has it? Yeah. Can we put that online?
Yeah.
Dude,
As long
it's
as you put
like
Panama to it
cracked
by
out
Van
Black
Halen.
Widow.
So we were
is
sitting
beating
on
the shit out of Beau. It's
yeah,
the
we were
best.
sitting on the strip. I think it was after. Was that after?
This is where we
Oh,
set
that was
up.
after DJ Snake.
yeah, it was
Because
after
Ricky was-
DJ
yeah.
Snake. So
It was
Beau,
with
tell
us.
us.
Sunday
Tell the
morning at
story.
4 a.m.
Yeah.
It was, and I'd never actually. We sat down with a bunch of salt, like chips,
Oh, yeah. Tostadas.
like
Shout out to Tostada.
tortillas. We had a bunch of
tortilla
tortillas
chips
from
and
Walgreens.
salsas, and we were sitting on the side of the street.
So
on
we,
the street.
we were between Hara's and what's next door to Hara's, another place, Flamingo or something, Imperial
Zara's,
Palace, the old
yeah.
Imperial
Something
Palace.
like that. Yeah.
But it was like the dirty center of the strip. Like this is
Yeah, it was not the
The bottom of the
nice part
drain.
of the
Yeah,
strip.
it was good.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so we're on the Las Vegas Strip at 4 a.m. on this Sunday morning, and it was just Dugan's laughing. It was just like I'd never taken the time to just sit on the street at 4 a.m. there.
I
And
mean,
the
you
amount.
don't.
No, you
If
don't
you
do
want an
that.
experience, if you're into people watching,
It
as
is
I am,
oh my God.
sitting there and people watching, the amount of people that just stopped and tried to talk to us and shit was
What a cuck.
crazy. But this
Yeah.
this woman, she came up dressed like head to toe in like a latex jumpsuit
Yeah, with a
Yeah.
baton.
with a.
Did you have a baton?
Yeah,
I
she had
think it was like a
whip.
little
Like a police?
like a paddle. I think it was like a little
maybe a
paddle.
paddle,
That's a
yeah.
paddling. I think she came
That's
up
a
with a little
paddling.
paddle, and she had
Yeah.
a black hat on, and I don't even know how she even broached the subject
Well,
of
picture
like,
Black Widow who's done a ton of crack cocaine and has like 3 kids.
Yeah, no
but the
shit.
same fucking like
It's-
outfit, like
it's-
same rig, but for the face. What
It's
happened?
have you seen those like
What happened?
the Bollywood action movies?
Oh, yes.
It's like if Bollywood tried to make the Avengers.
Hundo.
That's the Black Widow they'd come out with.
Oh,
She was
good.
Crack Widow.
Crack Widow. Oh goodness. Yeah, no, she was lovely.
I don't know, how did she broach the subject of...
So
she offered us... she was like, oh, if you pay me, I'll like beat one of you up or something like that.
No, I don't think she wanted pay. She didn't money or anything. She's like, oh, what are you guys doing? She asked for a chip or something.
Oh, she didn't ask for money until after it happened. That's
after.
right. So she picked you up and she like gave you spanks and stuff. We told her it was your birthday, I think, and so she
she
picked
beat
you
the
up.
shit out
and
of you.
She beat the shit out. You were like being like
Yeah, it hurt. She was actually physically hurting me.
Yeah,
you were actually getting hurt.
And I
you
thought
were
it was funny at the
assaulted in
start.
Vegas.
Yeah, but she had sort of a
So
grip
was
on
I.
me. I think she had like kind of like a Muay Thai grip on me.
Oh shit!
Like a
Are
Brazilian.
you telling me Bas Rutten beat the fuck out of you? Holy shit!
No, it's
dude.
Crack Widow.
Oh, Crack
it
Widow.
was Holly Holmes.
And but this is amongst setting the scene more. There was so many prostitutes that came up to
Oh,
us.
dude, we had the best experiences even before that. So, like, we were sitting there eating fucking tostadas, and another one walked up to us, and she's like, "Hey, yo, y'all doing gay shit over here?"
That's right. Oh shit, I forgot about
It was
that.
the same seat.
She came over and she's like, y'all doing gay shit over here?
And I was just like, no, ma'am.
We're eating chips.
We're just eating chips and dip. You want one? And she's like, nah, y'all party? Well, not with you. She's like, okay, peace. And then fucking walked off. We're just like, damn.
When she came over and y'all doing gay shit over here?
We fucking lost
So
our
funny.
shit.
That was
Four Australian
forgot about
blokes
that.
laughing in the garden eating chips. Like, we were fucking cooks.
You were so
Spent all night listening to fucking DJ Snake going, yeah, this is good. Like, fucking...
I don't even listen to that music.
I wasn't even fucking there.
I wasn't even there. Mentally, I was fucked.
I had 18 fucking fireball shots after
Yeah.
greening out. We'll get to that later. Anyway.
But yeah, this chick had come up, right? This turns into a bit of a weird situation, right? At the
Beau
end.
was
It
hard.
got weird after she beat you up because then she's done that.
Yeah.
And she's obviously trying to be like a street performer. She's doing this as like a street performance
like a
thing.
dirty
Get your money,
Elmo.
girl. Get your money.
And
Like a crack Elmo.
then she like starts like tearing up, giving us a sob story of like, guys, if you can spare any money, you know, like my kids are at home being babysat, like one of them's sick or something.
Yeah, I have to
and
go pick him up.
I've got to go pick them up, and I need money for an Uber, and she starts like almost like crying and like trying to guilt us. And
Yeah, Lady Gaga didn't fucking deserve that award. This bitch on the side of the road, oh my god, best actor I've ever seen in my life, son.
She flipped,
didn't
man.
we give her money?
No, you gave her a chip and told her to fuck off. Classic Christian.
Sounds about right.
And then we didn't give her any salsa. Fuck you, it's extra.
Did I actually give her a
She
chip?
ain't
You went, you want a chip? That's all we have. And Ricky's like, walked away. He's like, oh, guys, we have to go. Thanks, Ricky.
He saved us from the debauchery.
Hundo.
But yeah, I mean that's the vibe on this strip.
The strip is a place where you can have the best Mexican food and also have like a near-death experience in the span of 5
the
minutes.
tacos we had on the first night.
That fucking all those
Shout
tacos.
out El Gordo's Tacos. If anyone is ever in Vegas, go to El Gordo's
Hundo,
Tacos.
dude. Those fucking- that place
Holy
is
shit!
sick.
Get the spicy pork tacos. That is the fucking best.
Dude, it was next level. They're fucking like
That was
they
the
did that
best.
fucking meat on top of the chips, and it was just fucking oh boy,
Yeah, what was it? The El Carne fries.
El Carne fries.
The El
Fuck,
Carne
dude.
fries. It was like fries, tacos. It was like fries with like meat and shit on
Yeah,
top.
Beau
you
didn't
guys
have any
are
of that because Beau's vegan.
That was great. Yeah, Beau was vegan.
Yeah,
so
I'm
he didn't eat
allergic
any
to
of it.
Mexicans
And
as
fun.
well.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, it's fine.
I've got Olar disease. So yeah,
Keep that silence, please. Holy shit.
holy shit!
So
You can
that's-
feel our eyes.
So that's basically the Vegas trip in a nutshell, though.
Yeah, there's other fucking stories like we were once driving around and the Bentley only has 4 seats, but there was 5 of us. And so out of all of us, being, you know, the most limber, if you can see the video, limber, I found out, I was like, oh, we're going in the Bentley? Fuck yeah, we're taking some shots. I'm like, sweet, I'm the cameraman, I'll get in the car. I come downstairs, Ricky and Duff are in the back seat, and I'm like, okay, and Christian's in the front seat, and I'm like,
I wasn't. I was in the back. How stupid is this? Me and Ricky are the tallest ones there. Duff is in the front seat. Beau's driving. Me and Ricky are folded up like 2 fucking baby giraffes in the back seat. Fucking stupid.
you're talking about folding, all right, cunt. So then I was in the back doing fucking Pilates and shit. Like, all right, cool. There's a video. We'll put it in the link up.
You were like, oh yeah, I'll get in the boot. So you got in the boot.
As an Islander, we get in the boot, you know, choo-hoo and all that shit. Yeah, that's fine. That's just how we roll. I thought the boot, I've been in the boot of the Rangy, had fucking ample room. Could have fit 6 of me.
Yeah, that was the Rangy. So
The Bentley.
this was a convertible. So like and we had the top down. So half the boot space is taken up by the roof coming down.
It was like a luggage, big luggage
The idea
case.
was, Dougan was going to be in the car for like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
We were 2 seconds off the strip where we were. We picked up Curtis and Ricky in the wherever they were.
I think they were with us.
Motel 6.
No, they didn't stay with us, remember? They were
So I was in the
staying at,
boot the
a
whole
Motel
time?
6 or something. No, that's where you've jumped in the boot. That's we picked
right.
them up, you've jumped in the boot.
Oh,
So
true.
anyway, we were like, we're just going to Caesar's Palace 2 seconds away. So we drive the 2 seconds, like 2 minutes or so,
While I'm
to
sucking
get
my
to
own dick
while
in the
you're
boot,
in
yeah.
the boot. I think you were in the boot with a bottle of Jack Daniels. You
Yeah.
were fine. So we
I was
get
fine.
there.
That's
We
it.
got
That's more
there,
fucking
though.
room I didn't have.
We
There's a
get
leader.
to Caesar's Palace.
Jack
We
Daniels.
drive in, and there's a sign saying valet full. So Beau's like, oh shit, all right, we can't park here. Because the whole point was we were taking it out to valet it and look like mad dogs.
Yeah,
right,
So
bro.
Yeah, exactly.
My
the
knees
valet's
are in my
full. Oh,
eyes.
shit. All right. Then we drive out. Now, somehow, about this time, we've completely forgotten about you. Because Beau's like, fuck, we're on the strip, we're in the Bentley, let's just do some manies for a while. So
Alcohol
we've then
does a fucking lot, doesn't it?
we've spent then maybe 10, 15 minutes just driving up and down the strip. Like,
And I whipped it out of Caesar's.
opening
Yeah,
up. Yeah, you
I
were
didn't mean
opening
to.
up.
I didn't mean to. Yes, I did.
You were opening up the Bentley because a big
Yeah.
V8,
Nice engine.
like 500
Bentley.
horsepower engine.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it
Allegedly, we
absolutely
did
roared.
this. Sponsor us.
And so, yeah, we started doing manies. And then, oh, yeah, Dougan's in the boot. And so then, oh, shit, all right, we better...
up, please, guys. Oh, no.
We'd check, yeah. Wouldn't the boys in the back talk through the seat?
I
They're
think
like,
the
hey,
seat,
yeah,
that
are you
middle
all right?
seat
Yeah, I
folded
could hear
down
this
and we
fucker.
could-
He's like, are you alright? I'm like, yeah, I'm looking alright. With a fucking bottle of Jack in my mouth and my own dick. It's fine.
What do you got fucking Caesar's Palace? This is the worst birthday I've ever fucking had.
So we've ended up going to the Bellagio.
No, it was
and
Venetian.
valeted- No, it was the
That's gonna be good
down
for the
the
audio
Bellagio.
No, 100% it was the Venetian because the parking garage was 5 levels and we're like,
Yeah, fucking, I remember that.
So then
Jesus
that's
Christ.
where we ended up valeting the car, and we didn't tell the valet guy. The valet's like getting the keys, and we're all getting out. Next minute, we open the boot, and Dougan pops out of the boot.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
And the valet's like, "What the fuck?"
And I was like, did you die? And I was like, fine. Yeah, I had to put my MAGA hat on. No, it's a Triple J hat. Legionnaires, hot down, Dougan and Arabia. Hashtag, follow me.
but you were sweating
Oh, yeah, I was sweating
and
hard.
you were like breathing heavy and I'm like, I don't think you could have lasted 5 minutes in that.
I mean, I fell asleep for a bit of it or passed out. I'm not actually sure. I'm not sure if this is real. This could be purgatory. I'm not sure.
And that's James Dougan's Bentley boot story.
That's the
Vegas.
Bentley boot story of me
Bentley
being really
boot.
flexible. So I'm actually a yoga instructor. If anyone wants to fit in a boot,
Yeah.
call me.
You initiated that night. You
Yeah.
weren't before you hopped in that
100%. I didn't even
So
need to go to
we,
Bali.
we introduced you as being a bottle shop attendant, but really, you're a bottle shop attendant, but you're studying law.
Yeah, I'm doing a double degree in law and film and TV.
Oh, you're still doing the film thing?
Yeah, I'm going to finish that up because I'm changing my law degree into a major into cybersecurity.
So where are you doing that?
Deakin, hold it down. Deakin, yeah, Deakin and Burwood. Then I might be moving to a, well, I don't know what you call it. I guess it's an institute that does cybercrime and cybersecurity.
You belong in an institute.
I do. I broke out. This ain't real. That's fine. No, it's
Shutter Island.
this is all Beau's fucking yeah, Sue. All Beau's personalities. It's just us sitting around a table.
This is just me talking to myf. You're my different.
This is just you in the
Fuck, what a
van
trip.
driving around Hillsville. We're the alpacas.
Just creeping,
Yeah, it's fine.
just spitting at people, going plebs.
Yeah, so I'm not just an alcoholic. I'm a depressed alcoholic.
Well-functioning.
with the cyber core major.
So
Yeah,
do you like specialize in one area of law, or is it just a general law
I'm
degree?
specializing. I used to specialize just into civil claims, and now I moved into immigration law. Now I'm moving again into cybersecurity because there's got to be a massive boom in jobs opening in the couple of years. So hopefully I get a job out of that because it's got to be a lot easier to get a job.
How
that
far
way.
into your law degree, eh?
I am 5 years into my law degree.
Shit, so
up
you know
to 2
some
years.
shit.
Yeah.
Beau and I we thought it'd be fun if we posed you a scenario, and you have to give us a ruling.
Fuck. No, that's going to be... I can't actually give legal advice legally, but hypothetically...
No, we're
if
gonna
this
force
is
it on you.
If this is a classroom and I'm giving examples...
No, you're Judge Judy right now.
Oh, sweet. My tits are
All right, so
massive.
what was the...
And you're Jewish.
We came up with a scenario that I think
Shalom.
actually happened.
Hanukkah.
Panic. What?
Sorry, we're talking about Judge Judy.
Oh,
sorry.
Shalom,
Yeah.
we came up with a scenario that I think actually happened. So,
Assalamu
all
alaikum.
right, so this is the scenario. You need to be the judge and you need to be the ruling here.
Yeah, okay.
Dad?
So, Beau's sitting at home,
Yep.
and I'm going to rob his house.
Okay.
So I climb up on his roof,
Uh-huh.
and he's asleep. He's in bed. He's asleep. It's lights out. It's 2 a.m. in the morning or something. Beau's asleep in the house,
I always sleep.
and I'm
It's accurate. Mate, just add a bit of flavour. You're pregnant.
I'm I'm pregnant.
Ooh.
I'm pregnant.
Heavily pregnant?
So I climb onto his roof.
What
right?
trimester?
I'm climbing over. I'm like in my
Semester
third trimester. That's why I'm robbing him. I need money for my baby.
Oh, that baby need money,
He's the
son.
father. And
Ooh.
I need to.
Ooh,
rob
baby,
him.
no money.
This is my ex-wife.
Oh,
He
trust.
refused to
Yeah.
pay anything for the baby.
Oh,
So I'm
classic
gonna rob him
Irishman.
and
I mean,
take his
Beau.
shit.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
The
I'll
Irishman.
do this.
Anyway, so
Martin Scorsese.
I'm on his roof,
Uh-huh.
and I fall through a skylight. The skylight's over his kitchen.
Okay.
I fall through the skylight. I land on a knife and cut my leg.
If that's the only thing you cut from small to a skylight, that's fucking lucky. Okay, yeah. So are you saying you have a claim against Beau because you have
Now,
hurt yourself in his property?
I'm suing Beau because he's left a knife out. I've cut myself on it. I'm suing him.
So, hypothetically here, it's not legal advice. This is not anything there. It's not an I am of sound body and mind. This is not a drunken rambling. Could be. So,
Allegedly.
that is a lovely little conundrum because I'm sure of the tens of people, there's going to be an actual lawyer out there. We'll just keep thinking that there's actually a lawyer out there, but it's actually just me listening.
Yeah.
So it is a conundrum because A, there is two parties to that. Beau has not invited you to his premises, also has no idea you're there. So that's two things. You could be done for breaking and entering. Two, you're heavily pregnant.
All right, scratch the pregnancy thing.
So if it goes to a civil case and you ham that up and it goes to a jury and a judge, if I'm Judge Judy and I see that you're pregnant trying to get your money, it might lean to your way as it has in history.
It'd be a civil case though. It's
It'd
me
be a
suing
civil case
Beau.
because
so there
you
wouldn't be
are
a
a civil
jury though,
party.
then would there?
I mean, it could go to a jury if it needs to. If you go to a higher court, if it goes through, but you can even settle it through VCAT because they normally do a lot of.
Yeah, no,
civil
I'm
stuff.
not settling through VCAT. I fucked
I
up
mean,
my
you have
leg.
to go
I'm taking him to the cleaners.
Supreme Judge because I'm here, Judge Judy. All rise, fucking big tits Judy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
bro.
But okay, so you're claiming that Beau is negligent for leaving a knife out in his kitchen in the middle of the night that you fell onto from the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, in today's
I
law
win,
and
right?
order, I mean, you to a point.
I'm suing him for damages.
But what are you claiming? Are you just defending, or are you just claiming that he's trespassing?
I just want my kid to have a good life.
So you want to just settle out of court then and give me the money?
He give you the
100%.
money. Yeah, hundo.
Take you.
Oh, Beau can't go to court. No, Beau's part of he's a bikie. That's you can't go to court. Hundo.
Beau's not actually a naturalized citizen, so do I have to take him to court in like Ireland or something?
Oh, that could be a thing.
I'm actually Sudanese.
Aren't you German?
Yeah, pseudo-German.
Yeah, pull up in the German. Yeah, pseudo German, like a fake German. Yeah, it's fine.
Sudman. Surdman.
Sudafin? Yeah, sure, man. Yeah,
Germanese.
yeah pull up in the German.
Fuck, I
Yeah.
lost it then with a mouthful of wine. Pseudo-German?
Some sort of fake German.
Yeah, I like rap music and shit. So
Oh, true. Yeah,
it's
that's
been a
good.
little bit inclined.
I'll take you to the movies, shawty.
Hey. So
Anyway.
anyway, so who's likely
boy
to win that
bands.
case?
It depends on who's you're actually representing because if it's just both of you going, then you'd have a better case because he's gonna be a rambling woman.
And emotional because he's pregnant.
He's pregnant.
With twins.
Yeah, with twins.
That's
yeah,
the-
that,
that's
yeah.
No, I did a unit. I did 6 months of law, so I know I'm
Oh.
competent. So I'm
That's
gonna
fine.
take
And
him
he's
to the
just some
cleaners.
bloke in Hillsville
I'm
that
gonna
you've
look
broken
up.
in.
I'm gonna look up a precedent
Oh.
of like accidents in people's houses. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
find
yeah.
a precedent.
For negligence, you'd probably quote Grant the what's that? The fucking knitting company. That's a terrible precedent, but anyway.
Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna do.
yeah, sure.
Because you like knitting before we got you pregnant.
Yeah.
Well, that
I
precedent,
was
yeah.
knitting on the roof.
That precedent is a person got a rash from undies and then claimed that the undie making company was negligent for actually making stuff that would irritate the skin. So that's why.
So hang on. So your ruling is I would probably lose, right?
you would lose, yeah, 100%, because
What
you're
if-
breaking entry.
What if?
It's kind of like a royal flush and a straight.
What if I don't? What if it's not a skylight? What if I fall through the roof and there's asbestos in the roof?
Well-
and I get fucked up on asbestos.
Well, the thing is, you're on the roof.
What are you doing on the fucking roof?
Say if you walked, say Beau's in my head, he's living on a farm somewhere, has a nice
He
veranda.
does live on a farm.
Yeah, we know. It's an alpacas. It's great. So
They
you
spit.
walk up to the front door and your foot falls through his front fucking veranda awning shit. Your foot falls through and it cuts it up. You then say you're like, oh yeah, cool. Even though you weren't invited, you have this claim that you're like you went onto his property with good nature, and this shit happens because lawyers aren't actually gonna prove if you're right or wrong. They're just proving beyond reasonable doubt.
No.
So you just gotta they gotta prove that you had good nature to try and get your money.
in a civil
honey.
case, it's not. It's not within a with. It's not.
If it's just you two going up against the judge, then the judge itself just has to.
Yeah, isn't that like a 50-50 thing though? It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. It's
Yeah,
like
50, if the judge could be biased. That shit
it's
happens.
like I only
Yeah.
really need to prove it to like 51%.
You just need to suck off Judge Judy, and she'll give you what's good because that shit happens.
I would if it gets me damages. Beau's loaded.
Yeah.
I'll take him to the cleaners.
Nah, that's not true. I work in a bottle shop. So
I know he
I'm
doesn't
still
anymore. He
taking it
actually
easy.
quit.
No,
It's
he
in the
doesn't.
resignation.
No,
I
he
didn't
hasn't
send that
quit.
in
He's
yet.
still on the books.
Oh, he's on the books.
He's still on the
Dave's
books.
like, Sam, now I know Dave's out. I'm going to go out fighting and I'm going to get benefits in 5 years by not resigning because I never resigned.
True, you could. I mean, allegedly, this is not.
Good thing Vic Sagami doesn't listen to this.
Or could
He might be. He might be one of the tens that listen to this.
He should invest in BG. Why does?
He should invest in my alcohol addiction. That'd be great.
Jamison. Oh, proper.
Proper 12. Proper
Let's,
12. Fuck you.
Fresh
All right,
as-
so that's your law. That's your law in you.
Yeah, there's a bit of law in me. I think there's a bit of law in everyone.
What about the film stuff? How long have you been doing that? 5 years as well.
It's it's only been a degree I've picked up because I need a kind of thinking to have a backup plan just in case law doesn't really work out and I don't follow it. So might as well learn some tips and tricks here and there through that degree and use it through like my hobbies and stuff.
That is something that you're interested in, though.
Yeah, it's more the sense like, you just in case. Like I film a lot of shit. I make a lot of stupid videos. I'm kind of like
Not
bohem with a
porn
beard.
doesn't count.
Yeah, but porn does count.
It's artistic. It's artistic.
Yeah, it's autistic. So I mean,
It's autistic.
It's autistic.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, porn. It's good.
Meow.
That's my Pornhub category.
Meow.
Autism. It's just more it's just a hobby that I've had. So I just thought, why not just follow it? Because you don't know if I'm shit at it unless I try. That's the quote of the podcast of last week. You should listen to that one because
Biologically, he's correct.
Biologically, he's wrong.
biologically, Mr. Draper is built like a fucking specimen. That man is 2 walls.
He'll love that. When you're talking to him like that, he'll be sitting at home just
Probably.
whacking.
No, he can't because he's wearing those big glasses so he can't see any light. Listen, guys, these are good references for last week's podcast. Last week? Yeah. We'll say
It's been a while.
The last podcast. Last year's podcast.
So because we just finished the decade, then I want you to give me your top 10 movies of the last decade. Then.
Ooh, top 10 movies of the decade. I can't give you the decade because I haven't written them down, but I'll tell you the top 10 movies of the last 3 years because I've been keeping note.
3 years.
3 years I've been actually...
But what if I won the decade?
Because I'm not that old. Dad. But I've got 2018, 2019. And
Oh,
then,
shit, you got a list and everything.
Yeah, I'm
Run
legit.
us through.
So I'd say a top movie of 2018 would have been for me. It would have been between Hereditary, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Lady Bird. That was actually my favorite. Lady Bird and Quiet Place because they're just weird movies. I was like, I'll go watch these, and fuck, they were.
I didn't
dope.
watch Lady Bird,
Lady
but
Bird was great. My vagina was tingling the
the
whole
rest
time.
of them, Hereditary is amazing.
Hereditary is
That is
oh,
the
fuck, dude.
scariest
That-
fucking movie.
That movie gives you just anxiety.
Absolutely terrifying.
Hereditary.
Last year it would have
2019.
been 2019 would have been either let's see what's on here. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I really fucking love that.
Oh, so did I.
Just because it was it's just because
I like the slow burn. Some
Yeah.
people say it was too slow. I really enjoyed the
the
slow
thing
burn.
about Tarantino is that he is such a cinephile and also a freak for feet. But like his movies, that like he's jerking himself off the whole time because he's like doing old Western movies and like practical stunts. Like someone actually got set on fire, and then he's like, "That's so fucking hard to do in movies." And then he got 7 of them set on fire in like spoilers. There's fire in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but like the pratfalls are so fucking dangerous. Like even in those old, like they're not even real shots, just in the back, and people are taking these falls like motherfucking
Yeah,
champs.
it's crazy.
It's
Yeah, great movie.
That movie's
amazing
great.
ending.
There's
All
so
right,
many
what
little
else
things.
for 19?
2019.
Did you see Parasite?
No, Parasite is on my list still. But
You're kidding.
yeah,
Fuck, I really wanted to talk to you about
Parasite is on my list because I've been. I wanted to go watch it at Cinema Nova because they didn't show it anywhere else. I was like, fuck, but it was only like 2:30 or 6:30. I was like,
Yeah, do you know there's still some that some.
They're
So
still
for
showing
those
it, yeah.
that don't know, Parasite is an amazing Korean film. Came out in like March.
Is
wanna say-
this about coronavirus?
No. So
They
it
would've
came
predicted
out.
it, yeah.
Okay.
It came out in like March.
March.
It deserves to be in
It's-
Oscar category for
Yeah,
best
I've been
picture.
told of like all my mates who are really like we'll say borderline cinephiles. They are fucking. They say it's like masterclass of like pacing, storytelling, and
It
just
is
like execution.
Fantastic.
I've been like, I've been getting my jollies off, but
But so
in
it
saying
came
that,
out
yeah.
like I think March, April, and there were until recently there was still some Australian cinemas still showing it because they're like it's just so good we're just leaving it.
But then none of the big ones. So it's like it's a fucking.
No, it was
trek.
like
Yeah.
I think there was like 3 or 4. still
Waverley
showing it.
Cinema, shouts out to that. It's only fucking like cash only, and it's like that's where I saw Ladybird. Like it's such a dingy
really?
little fucking cinema, and you have everyone sits not like slanted or anything. It's like an old school cinema where everyone's leveled. Oh really? It's so crazy. It's like a small. Oh, it's so good. Like there's an old lady working at the candy shop. There's still candies from the '90s. I'm like, I'm not gonna eat any of this. This is cool, and it's like old music playing. The
Is that
floor's
Pinewood?
sticky.
Is that in Pinewood?
It's Waverley. It's on Blackburn Road.
Yeah.
It's like one in the
my
little
place.
corner. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucking-
you know it?
Yeah, I heard about it. It's there in the shopping centre.
Yeah,
I
it's,
use
in
the
the,
Coles.
right in the back corner.
It's just like
Yeah.
this weird. This
It's
little,
so good.
crazy.
It's like I've been there twice, and it's just like cash only is like it's sick. They also give you like a tick. It's really dope. It's like
I'm surprised you haven't seen it. All right, so Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What else for 2019?
2019, even though the end half of 2019, I still count them because there were 2019 movies that I saw this year, but the end half that had Jojo Rabbit, it had The Gentleman, and it also had, which I want to put higher. Like I have a rating system. Like a 9 is something that I want to watch like immediately, maybe in a week. And I'd say a perfect 10 movie is something like as soon as it ends, I want to watch that again.
Yeah.
I've never seen a perfect 10 yet, but like an 8 is something like, oh, I'd watch that again in a couple months, something like that. Like Avengers, I'd watch that again. But like the worst movie last year I saw was X-Men Dark Phoenix. That movie is so fucking funny. It's not, it's so bad, but so good. Like there's a part where it just, I can't even,
I don't even bother with the X-Men
it's
movies.
as a comic book geek, I'm like, this is fucked. It's so good. Like there's a part where they get fucking James McAvoy, who's playing Professor X, who can't move his legs, to walk up the stairs as they're pushing, like using practically their force powers to pull him up the stairs. And this man didn't get an Oscar for it. It was great. Like if you picture Wolf of Wall Street, Leo like on the opioids kicking out the door, like
and he's like,
it's just that, but it's up the stairs, and James McAvoy's like got every vein pumping. It's so good, but that movie was absolute dog shit.
did you see The Gentleman?
Yes, The Gentleman is also another one of my favorites because
Really?
I really love Guy Ritchie films. I grew up on Guy Ritchie
Yeah, but
films.
it's just another Guy Ritchie film.
But
isn't
there's
it?
nothing wrong with that. Rock and Roller was another Guy Ritchie film, but it doesn't hit like Snatch and Lockstock. But Lockstock, great fucking film. Snatch, I want to say
Snatch and Lockstock are amazing.
they're
That's why I
great
feel like
films.
The Gentleman.
But The
it's just
Gentleman,
like he's just
it's
doing
okay.
the same thing
Yeah,
over and
it's
over again.
okay. Like pacing is a bit weird, but like the characters also introduced the same way, and there's also like this narration because it's like the way it's set out. However, Hugh Grant in that movie is fucking great. Like,
Really?
Yeah, he's just because he's a fucking tosspot, and I'm like, this is gold. Like he plays an asshole so well because he only like before that he's only romantic leads and shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh here he is,
It's
Swami.
definitely a different
And he's just
role
like
for him, isn't
this
it?
rat. You just look at him, you're like, yeah, you're a piece of shit. You want him to get his like comeuppance. It's a good film to watch. It's not I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite films of last year, but it's definitely up there. Jojo Rabbit is one of my favorite films of last year because
I
it's,
haven't seen Jojo Rabbit
That
yet. I
movie
really
is
want to watch
great.
it. Have you heard about Jojo Rabbit?
Can I just butt in here and say,
Oh, yeah, so
what
Beau
have you
doesn't watch
guys been
movies.
talking about for the last 10 minutes?
I mean, it's our Pornhub
spreadsheets.
categories.
Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah,
Excel spreadsheets.
Jojo Rabbit's a porn. Yeah.
Right, this is good analytics, yeah. Good
Now,
one.
Jojo Rabbit's this Taika Waititi film
Shouts out
about
Taika.
this kid in the Hitler Youth that he has an imaginary best friend that's Hitler.
Yeah, it's gold.
Really?
And it's just how he grows up inside the youth and like all the like the other side of it. Even though you don't really want to be rooting for Nazis, it's just like it develops into this thing where it's like the pacing of Taika Waititi films. He also is one of my favorite directors, especially from Boy, Hunt for the Wilder People, and fuck, what else? Oh, What We Do in the Shadows. But like, are you okay, sir?
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok, yeah.
Amazing.
But like Taika Waititi, his pacing, his comedy, his delivery is just like awkward humor. It's fucking great. But like that film, Jojo Rabbit, will have you like, oh, great. It slowly goes through, and it's just like, it's fucked up. Also, 1917 of this year. That movie, go watch it. That movie is.
I haven't seen that yet. I really want to
go watch
see
it.
that.
100% go watch it. That movie is a masterclass on cinematography. It's fucking.
All right, so if you had to nail it down, come on, give me like your top 5 of the last decade.
Last decade, I'd have to fucking think about it. What else? What movies have come out? The Arrival. That's up there because that movie I had no fucking idea what was going into it. Then I walked in. I'm like, this movie. I could just think of it. I'm like, fuck, that movie was great. Let's see, 10 years ago.
Are you a big Nolan fan, Christopher Nolan?
Yeah,
if
Nolan.
you had to put one Nolan fan in there. So the last decade, I believe,
That's all the Dark Knights.
No. None
not?
of the. I don't think
Decade?
any of the Dark Knights fit into it.
Isn't Rises in 12? Like 2012?
Rise, I think, yeah, maybe just squeezes
12,
in.
13? Sorry, I watched
but
that in
unfortunately,
school.
the Dark Knight doesn't, so you can't say the Dark Knight.
Okay.
But Dark Knight Rises. But then you've got Interstellar,
Interstellar.
Inception, and Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. Oh, okay, so before getting into that, Dunkirk is a great film, but also 1917 does war better than Dunkirk and Hacksaw Ridge and what was the other one they have? There's another fucking war movie, but it does World War One. It's a movie I can't recommend enough just because it's fucking great because it's not as like Dunkirk's like, oh, here we go, here's one guy, here's another story, it's great, and then Harry Styles is in it. You go, what? And then there's this like, it's weird pacing because it's like there has to be a hero because it's like, oh, we're the best. But 1917 is like, this is World War One. Get fucked. It's like, oh.
I really enjoyed Dunkirk, but
Dunkirk,
if
it's
I had
good.
to pick one, like if my top 10, I would put a Nolan film in my top 10 of the decade.
Yeah.
I would probably maybe put Interstellar, probably. I really
I need to watch
really
Interstellar
enjoy
again.
Interstellar.
Also Inception.
McConaughey's performance.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
what a man.
Just that movie is fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd have to look at a
Wow.
list of like stuff that came out in the last 10 years. Actually, look back, but like off the top of my head, I'm like Arrival.
Is there something that you think? I'll Google it. Come on.
Yeah, fuck. Just can you look up?
Tell me to check the year.
Let's
Pull that
see.
shit up, Jamie.
Pull that shit up, Jamie. Pull it out. Let's see. Well, I think, Beau, what is your favorite movie of all time? The one movie you've seen, and why is it Ready Player One? Because you've seen it for some reason.
Nah. The
Possible.
gift because I could relate to the guy that was recording and did all that shit.
Oh, you mean The Help?
What's the one with Joel Edgerton?
Where
he gets
Great Gatsby? No.
the one where he the one where he gets the chick pregnant and the husband and he sends the
Elton
video.
John?
Hey,
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
See, that's how deep I am in the movie industry. I'm beyond you.
You're too deep. My
Yeah.
legs are above my head, man. I can't do it.
You were talking about movies here, and the one movie I'm suggesting, you might not know. I'm 100% sure it's Joel Edgerton, the Aussie actor,
Joel Edgerton, IMDb him. Jamie, can you put that
I'll
up?
do it.
and
Thanks,
it's called
Christian.
The Gift, and it's one of those psychological things. But the premise of the story is he's obsessed with this couple. He knows the chick got married to someone else. They're living in the Hollywood Hills,
Ooh,
and he stalks him. He keeps dropping gifts.
is that a dream for you? Or?
And then what happens is she gets pregnant, she gives birth, and he's at the hospital.
Ooh.
And then the guy goes home.
Oh, yeah, it's Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I
2015.
couldn't think of Joel Edgerton, yeah.
The movie that you're talking about.
Is it?
Yeah, Jason
and
Bateman was in it as well.
He goes home and he gets
Edgerton actually was the director.
Yeah. Is it got good ratings?
No, terrible.
Oh.
77.
Nah, I'm kidding. It's 91 on Rotten Tomatoes. 2015 Rotten Tomatoes 91%. We'll have to check that out maybe. All right, so you've had a look
it's a
now.
head
You've
fart.
had a look. Give me come on. Some,
Blade Runner, 100%. Blade Runner, what was it called? Blade Runner, what was the year on it? Fucking 2049. That was a great film. Not a great film in the sense that like the pacing's a bit off and the writing, and also I love the original because I fucking have that hard on for cyberpunk and the future that isn't really the future. But cinematography in that fucking film, like the color palette is just, it is so nice and neon, and just have a hard on for neon. Let's see what else on this list that I've fucked with. Like off the top of my head, it's definitely The Rival. I fucking really love that film. If I had to say decade, I'd want to put in Avenger movies.
Really?
Even though they're not like, it's not for the sake of the way they're made, it's more the way they did their marketing that I really fuck with. Like
Yeah.
the long play. Iron Man 1, okay. Iron Man 2, Mickey Rourke fucking skipping down the fucking shit. Get that shit out of here. Iron Man 3 is barely Iron Man. He's just there. And I'm like, all right, it's Tony Stark, the movie. And some boy like,
Oh shit, it's Elon Musk.
get the shit out of here. Fucking Black Panther 1, pretty okay. Basic fucking shit. Villain, great. Ant-Man 1. Let's not talk about Ant-Man. Ant-Man's like fucking just ridiculously not possible. The Incredible-
Ant-Man is so good, though.
Ant-Man, Paul Rudd's great.
Ant-Man is good.
But just, if you look at it biologically, it's
Biologically.
it's not. It's just. I really like the first one.
You're picking holes at what's possible and not possible in the fucking Marvel universe.
Not even that. It's more like Paul Rudd would not be in jail. That man's the nicest man ever. Just
no
look
shit.
at us. Just look at us here. But like
look at us
Michael
here.
Pena, that movie is fucking pretty good. Like does that whole like bit where Luis and he recaps the fucking shit.
Yeah, that's good.
But Endgame, Avengers, Infinity War, those movies are great. I still had moments of that movies where I legit had physical, like, oh shit, like had goosebumps and shit. I think those movies aren't perfect, 100%, I won't say it, but as a whole collective of those Avenger movies / everything that led up to them, it's in there for my decade just because I think, thinking back to it, I'll think about those movies and I'd want to show them to people like my kids and stuff in the future.
Yeah.
Like, not Iron Man, but I mean, maybe Iron Man. Captain America 1's a slog. You know, it gets better. It gets better, guys.
Yeah, the Captain America 2 is fantastic.
Like, Thor 1 is rough.
You're also someone that goes to a lot of music festivals. You're into your music. What about best albums of the decade? And Beau, you can jump in on this because music is one thing that you actually do fuck with.
I fuck with it. You actually asked me this in advance. And
I did.
was
I
really
wanted you.
battling.
I gave you some time ahead to think about it, but I wanted to
That's
put Jimmy
fucking
on the
nice,
spot.
isn't it?
But for me,
Dugan got no time.
Okay.
so for me, I don't know about top 10 in no particular order. To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's a big oof. Guys,
To
oof
Pimp
in the
a
back.
Butterfly. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh, that's on my list.
It's
I know.
got to be
That thing's
Kanye.
a fucking masterpiece.
Oh yeah, that's the decade,
I,
isn't it?
Yeah.
I
That's 2010.
struggle picking an Arctic Monkeys album.
Ooh, that's
There's
nice.
going to be an Arctic Monkeys album, but
Yeah.
I think it's probably either AM or Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino.
Ooh,
I really, really enjoyed that album.
I didn't fuck with the Tranquility.
Such a different sound
It's
for them.
definitely
I
a different
enjoyed
sound,
the
yeah.
fucking shit out of it. It's so good.
AM is fucking great. I'll give you that. Yeah.
AM is amazing. Suck It and See also sleeps in. It's 2011, so that also gets in there.
I'll give you that. That's fucking gold. Dun, dun, dun. Are you doing
Yeah.
like best 10 or are you just like, what do you think? Like,
I'm
when you
just
think
thinking
albums
just-
of the decade, you think of these albums?
These are some of the albums of the decade. To
That-
Pimp a Butterfly.
That made your decade bearable.
I mean, To Pimp a Butterfly and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Fuck.
But no PB King, huh? I see where the real fans are.
Albums we're talking about. EPs.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, sorry.
No, you've
that-
got an
that was
album
just
somewhere.
an
Like,
EP.
for sure with it.
Yeah, for sure. True, actually.
You've almost got enough. All right, what about you, Beau?
Mixtape.
I'm going to go for a different criteria.
your criteria?
Albums that shaped the music business as well.
Ooh, because Bo's all
But-
about that money.
No, but let's first of all, the one that came to my head that I reckon hands down is one of the best of the decade is Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick
Ooh,
Lamar.
I'll give you that. That's gold.
Yeah,
You're in that car. They taking the left. They took the right. We're there.
yeah. Well, yeah, and that had Money Trees and like Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, and then
It really
seeing him at
projected it.
Coachella really fucking solidified
Brag
that.
about it, cunt.
That's an amazing album, but I just think To
Nah,
Pimp a Butterfly.
see, we like different types of women. I like black Mo Mamba,
Yep.
and you like white Chinchanda.
Oh
Okay.
shit, chimichangas, deep
What?
fried women.
No, I don't know, different. Yeah,
You deep
different
fried women,
strokes.
Christian? Damn, they're crispy.
I was trying to think as well. Look, it's hard to do 10.
It is. It's so hard.
I really went nuts on the Travis Scott Birds in the Trap.
Ooh,
Oh, yep.
true.
And that was before he kicked off with Astro World, which I think it kind of affects me when artists get too big. That's why I like Kendrick's first album. It's just something in me. Like, they could still be good albums, but it's like the fun part's finding music before people do. Just like listen it to yourself.
Yep.
And even on a business level, I wouldn't say I've really listened to the album thoroughly. I was just looking through my most listened songs of like last year.
Yep.
But the Heist by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis,
Oof.
just on a business level.
Yep.
And
Macklemore's doing a tour.
That's
He's going to
weird.
be a magician.
huh?
Macklemore's doing a tour. He's going to be a magician. He's doing rap and
Really?
a magician. There's no one else does it. He's breaking ground, man.
That's
Him and
weird.
Macklemore are the same.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because they're an independent artist, they sold so many. I think they were the first breakthrough commercial artists on an independent record.
Yeah, 100%.
That smashed it.
Yeah, being independent is crazy.
So I wouldn't say the record was my listen much, but just the concept of that album and the success it had as an independent album. Otherwise, besides those ones, it's all over the joint. I wouldn't say I'm an album person.
True.
Anymore like I used to be.
Yeah, it's much different nowadays with Spotify and stuff. You don't necessarily always listen to full albums. You just kind of bounce between song and song. So it's probably easy to be like, hey, what are your songs of the decade? It's much harder to choose entire albums.
Yeah. Or maybe bands. Like bands of a decade could work because it's easier.
I want to add as well, Hungry Ghost, Violent
Hungry
Soho.
Ghost. That's a near perfect album.
Because that album is absolutely amazing. I could listen to it a million times.
Is that with Covered Chrome on it?
Yep.
Dope Calypso, OK Cathedral, fucking Fur Eyes. It has Gold Coast. It has fucking that
Sydney, Melbourne.
Yeah, Sydney, Melbourne, Hillsville.
No, absolutely amazing album. And I also want to do Wildlife by La Dispute.
La Dispute, 100 down.
Fucking
gold.
Amazing album.
That's
That
French.
blew my mind when I first heard it. That was the first. That was the first
episode. Listen to the first episode of this. You'll hear Christians fucking explain that. It was gold because I love that song too. Like fucking
yeah, I did. I explained that in the first episode. I explained how I went to their show. I had been to their show recently.
La Dispute. Yeah, you met the
Suki Lounge. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Suki Lounge and Nick for getting us tickets.
Shout out Nick.
But yeah, so that album, that was the first song I ever heard from them, so I got to put that album up there as well. And that album again, just back to front, is amazing.
That album is pretty fucking solid.
I would choose Somewhere at the Bottom of the River before that, but as my favorite La Dispute album, I would choose that one first.
Decade wise,
but it's 2009, so decade wise, I'm gonna go with Wildlife. Jimmy,
big coronavirus. Sorry guys. So if I'm saying decade, I won't really rate them as number one, number two. Is more in the sense of like when I think back through high school, because I'm a young boy. I only graduated in 2012. I think back to albums that I remember listening to on my phone, my Nokia E63. I had no money.
Shouts out.
E63.
That's not this decade then. What are you talking about?
It is. It was 2012.
They're all going to be in 2010, 2011.
No, because it's more in the sense like I think back to these albums that I think, oh yeah, cool. Because like I have albums that are great now that I think dope, but I don't think they've had enough time to age like a fine wine. So, So I think back to Gang of Youths, The Positions. That's an album that I will listen to even to today. That fucking shit is gold. Even anything Gang of Youths. Fucking Dave LaPepe, reply to me, please.
He's another one.
He's another porn star.
He's another one. Jimmy's messaged like 40 times.
That man has the best voice in the world. Like just even talking voice. I'd say. I couldn't even pick an album. I'd say there's a lot of things that are like, if I look back at it, they're connected to memories. And I'd say a lot of Flume's albums from 2012 onwards, pretty dope. Besides his new stuff's his live show's fucking weird.
He just eats ass, doesn't he?
No, he legit, we watched him at Listen Out. He didn't really live mix. He broke pots. He died at one point. People came out and revived him. And then he got up and got Vera Blue on a couch to sing. And I'm not making this up. If you had Listen Out St Kilda, you suffered that fucking bullshit with the sand. Oh, fuck. Flume was rough. I love you, Flume, Harley, but fucking can't get off the mushrooms. Oh.
Hey, what about a Gambino album?
I would put Because of the Internet, because that shit, it was like, I remember listening to Freaks and Geeks years and years and years ago, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is sick. I'm like, oh, Troy from Community's killing it. And then because of the internet, I was like, fuck, this guy's an artist. And then if you even go further and further to like Awaken My Love, even though I really didn't fuck with it, now I look back at it as an album, I'm like, that album is pretty fucking dope, and I can't wait to be Beau's age and fuck with it, you know? It's like 30, you know, just dance around like,
when you're old.
It's gold. But,
Chanel? Frank Ocean.
I'd say Channel Orange before
Channel Orange all day.
100%. Channel Orange,
I agree.
That's
unbelievable.
It's got pyramids on it. Like, fucking
choose a Tyler album.
Tyler album. What's Goblin is not decade, is it? Is Goblin in the
Goblin,
decade?
I think.
2011.
11?
I think,
If you're fucking on 2011, fuck, that's gold. If I have to do a Tyler album, I'm gonna fucking cop
Dude,
flag.
2011, he was 2011. On the money.
Fuck, Beau's good numbers, isn't it, ladies?
Yeah. May 10th.
But yeah, if I'm gonna pick a Tyler album, it's gonna be controversial, but it's gonna be Flower Boy. Even though I really fucked with Goblin and Cherry Bomb, Flower Boy is just something different that I put on as an album. I was like, fuck, this shit's...
I really enjoyed Flower Boy as
Flower Boy's
well.
fucking sick, but it's also a lot of Tyler fans like, yeah, white people like Flower Boy. I'm like, fuck you, get out of here.
You're not even white.
I'm not even rusty. Get out of here. Fuck out of here.
You're caramel
Flower Boy,
Carmelo.
no, yeah, Flower Boy is
Flower Boy,
amazing.
if you listen to that with great
I
headphones,
love
speakers, oof.
my favorite all-time Tyler song though, Smuckers off Cherry Bomb.
I thought you were gonna say like Truncat or some shit.
Oh no, dude!
Mine's
Smuckers with the Kanye verse is so.
Oh, it's because it's Kanye and a
Kanye,
guy.
you know, Kanye's a
Hey, if you put
tormented
Kanye
genius.
in a bin, Christian will be like, I love that bin.
Yeah. Biologically,
Not
Kanye's
quite.
perfect.
Biologically, he makes me better as a
I'm
person.
gonna go back and listen. I don't even reckon I fucking said it that
Oh,
much.
boys.
Don't
guess
listen
what?
to it.
Don't listen
Not
to
as
it.
much. Hang on. Did I say it as many times as Beau said shout out in the first episode?
Oh, shout out was gold. Yeah, no, I was drunk
Yeah,
when I was
no,
listening
he
to that.
said that. He said that
Shout
like
out to me
30
doing the
times.
shout outs.
He was
gold.
like, shout out to the chair I'm sitting on. Shout out to the air I'm breathing. Shout out to the bonds because I'm wearing bonds.
Ooh,
Shout out to my
boss.
shower 3 weeks ago that made me clean.
3 weeks ago. Damn. Water efficient. I see you.
Shout out to the girl that drives for me that I also sleep with, Beck.
Oh, no. Shout out. Oh, mum and dad are fighting. Guess one's mum. See, having 2 days is weird because I don't know how many presents I need to bring for Father's Day. And also, who gets the Mother's Day presents? I don't know. These are the questions we need to find out in our podcast. My
Mother's
2
Day.
dads.
Mother's Day is still Father's Day. You have 2 dads, all
Oh,
right?
true. My mum is my dad.
2020, you're allowed to have 2 dads.
But is your dad your mum?
No, dad's never mum.
Yeah,
mum's
mum's my
dad.
Yeah.
No, your mum's your dad.
Yeah, my dad's my mum. No, he's not. It's fine.
Hang on. Who's the guy from the Bentley?
I was in the Bentley with my dick in my mouth
With a bottle of Jack.
and a bottle of Jack.
Nah.
That I jacked off. It's
Okay, so we figured out the movies. Don't ask me about movies, by the way. We figured out music. What else? Top 10 jobs of the decade. What we did as work.
I reckon Steve is number 1. He's my favorite jobs.
Steve.
Ooh, that was
Oh,
quick.
you're the
ladies and
apple of
gentlemen.
my
That
eye,
was quick.
Christian.
He's my favorite jobs
Yeah.
from that decade.
Mine's a hand. And I was growing up in the decade, man. Hands, yeah, go.
Nah, I put rim above hands
Ooh, done.
Hang on, what?
as my
Do you
favorite
put
jobs.
do you put a thumb in your rim?
Rims.
We call it duffing.
She has a duff, man. Love you, boy.
shot.
Oh, she has the duff, man. But yeah, no. If you're gonna do, if I'll think back to, hello, microphone. Think back to, if you want to go back to like a decade, think back to what you're like. When you think back to like maybe 5 years ago, who were you fucking with? What was the artist that you think? Oh, that's the artist I was fucking with. 5 years ago, Beau was a young boy at 25, so you would have been like fucking
Corona.
bitches and drinking Coronas and listening to what? Beau, what were you listening to 5 years ago?
Tupac.
Tupac.
No, I have no idea. Probably Adriana Grande before she got big.
You say Adriana?
Yeah, what's her name? Andromeda?
Ariana?
Andromeda Grand?
Yeah, her name's Grande Cafe Latte. Or something like that.
5 years ago, I probably was still fucking with Hungry Ghost.
Hungry Ghost is a great
Even though it
fucking
came
album.
out 2013, I was probably still just listening to that 24/7 because that got a lot of plays when I was
Yeah.
when I
5 years ago, definitely
actually
Bino.
probably some Smith Street Band as well.
Oh, shouts out to the Smith Street Bands.
I'll still listen. I don't give a fuck.
I
Separate
mean,
the
yeah.
artist.
I mean, yeah, it's a bit much. I don't want to give money.
What are your
to
thoughts
Wagner.
on that? All right, let's get
Listen,
into that.
Okay, let's
Why
break
you
it
don't
down.
listen to Smith Street Band anymore
I
because
gave
of the
up.
Will Wagner, what happened with Will Wagner?
Will Wagner and Georgia Mack from Camp Cope. It's more in a sense like even separating the artist and the art, you can't support artists like that.
I think.
Hang on, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
All right, so he's supporting cancel culture because
No, not cancel culture.
he's
Just more just like a
supporting cancel
dick.
culture.
Just more in the sense like
What
I
is
don't-
that?
So Will Wagner is the frontman and the songwriter for the Smith Street Band from Fitzroy.
It goes
Shouts
to
out.
Collingwood as well, right? Though.
Another really good Aussie band. And he has been pretty open about battling depression and that sort of stuff for quite some time. He was dating the lead singer from a band called Camp Cope. It's a 3-piece all girls. He was dating the lead singer. They had a really ugly breakup and stuff. And like, I think a lot of these emails that he was sending her came out where he was kind of abusive and he copped a lot of flack and he copped a lot of heat for it. Is this pretty much right?
I'd say that's about right. Yeah, it's more.
He
yeah.
copped, there was emails and
More or
stuff
less,
where
yeah.
he was, people saying, I'm going to do air quotes here, that he was gaslighting her, making her think that she was insane and shit. And it honestly, the whole thing, we only ever saw one side. All the emails and everything that we saw everything that he said. We never saw anything that she said. And look, I think people have emotional responses, whether or not they're right, whether or not what he did was right or wrong. He was wrong. He was abusive. They were in a fucked up relationship. They both have mental issues, and it obviously was a really ugly breakup. Breakups can be ugly. Like, breakups can be really ugly.
Yeah.
I think that just because this happened, we don't need to stop listening to his music. This is like
like a
what's
Michael
going on
Jackson.
in Hollywood at the moment with cancel culture. Like Louis. Yeah, Louis was wrong. He did the wrong thing. Louis C.K. He did the wrong thing.
Yeah. I thought you were thinking Louis Theroux. I'm like, what the fuck did he do?
He
Dude,
did
he's
the wrong
done
thing.
everything right.
He's out touring again.
Yeah.
He's been touring again for like a year.
He just said something though, didn't he?
No, he sexual inappropriate. He was inappropriate sexually with some females. He was like jerking off while talking to them on the phone and stuff. And
Harvey Weinstein shut.
Oh, but Weinstein did it for real.
I mean, he was still doing it for real.
Yeah.
But I mean,
so look, I think separate the art from the artist to an extent.
Right, I see. Like Michael Jackson.
yeah, but it's in
Yeah,
a sense
if
like
you
that,
want to
yeah.
believe all the whole Michael Jackson thing.
It's Michael Jackson's Tower 7.
Is what?
Michael Jackson is Tower 7.
Tower 7.
Like, how did that just controlled demolition? Controlled kid hanging out.
What the fuck?
Are you trying to defend Michael Jackson? Are you trying to...
Are you trying to say that
you
Michael
blanket?
Jackson has something to do with 9/11?
No, I'm just saying it's a conspiracy.
What the fuck? How many towers were there?
He
Bo?
said a
7.
he is 2. There's 2 towers. Bang, on it. Oh.
How many towers were there, Bo? 7.
There's 7 buildings destroyed.
Oh, okay.
But there's actually
shit.
WT7, World
Oh,
Trade
shit.
Center 7.
Was there?
There's WT1 was the big one, WT2 is the other one. There was a
I thought
bunch
it was
of them.
North and South Tower or something.
No,
Yeah,
they
but
were referred
Southside
to as
Hotel.
1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a bunch of, there's like 8 of them. And it destroyed like 5 of them.
Oh, fuck. Why? We're only ever talking about the Twin Towers.
Why
What
does
about
Bo
all
know
those
so
other
much
poor
about Twin
buildings?
Towers?
I was there.
Are you Al Qaeda?
I'm from New York.
Oh.
I'm Saudi.
Holy
New
shit.
York.
Have you
Yorker.
seen... Sorry, I'm going to get off topic
New
real quick
Yorker.
here. Did you see the
Welcome to Off
movie
Pizza.
The Big Sick?
Yeah, dude.
So goddamn
That
funny.
film is
Kumail
great,
is hilarious.
dude.
Anyway, real quick.
I watched it on
relevant.
Pornhub. Legit.
It's relevant. So
is that?
Kumail is a
Kamal
Muslim. He's hilarious. He's a Muslim comedian.
Oh, the black
And
guy.
This
Kamal.
movie.
Yeah, Kamal Nanjiani.
Kamal
Yeah.
Nanjiani.
From Silicon Valley.
Yeah. By the way, that is one of my favorite shows.
Good show.
So
Jobs.
there's this scene, this
Jobs.
really tense scene. His girlfriend's in the hospital. He's literally just his ex-girlfriend. They broke up recently. He's sitting in the waiting room and he's just met her parents for the very first time. It's really awkward. Her husband is played by Ray Romano.
Ray Romano.
He's putting off this really nervous energy. His wife is being a real dick to Kumail. His wife is being really rude to Kumail. Kumail's just being quiet. He's just staying there. Yeah. Anyway, Ray Romano is putting off this nervous dad energy, and he turns to Kumail and he's like, you know, I've always wanted to have a conversation with a Muslim about 9/11. This scene is like really tense and awkward, and all of a sudden he's like, I've always wanted to have a conversation with a Muslim about 9/11. And Kumail's like, okay, all right. And he's like, you know, it was devastating for us, but like, you know, what did you guys think of it? And Kumail looks at him and he goes, oh yeah, you know, we were devastated. We lost 29 of our best guys.
And they had a doghouse.
It is that joke though. It was just so
It's great, 'cause
perfect.
it's so tense.
It was
It's so
fantastic.
tense. It's great.
And this is on what show, Silicon?
This movie called The Big Sick.
They-
It is,
Big
it's
Sick.
a rom-com.
Yeah, they had it on the Pornhub.
But
the
it is-
Pornhub.
Yeah.
It was on Pornhub for a bit. And Kamal
Oh,
Nanjiani
yeah,
was
like the
hey.
B movie's always
Yeah.
on Pornhub.
Go.
But yeah, no, it's like a rom-com, but it is like by far the best rom-com of
Hang on,
all
what's a
time.
rom-com?
Like a romantic comedy.
Oh.
Like a Romulus Comcast.
Like a Romulus and Remus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Reem is nuts.
They built Rome, folks.
It's fine.
Yeah, look up Tower 7.
Yeah, Tower 7. So what we saying? Oh, yeah, cancel culture. That's what we're doing. That's how we got to Kamal Nanjiani.
Yeah, so you will not listen to Smith Street Band anymore.
Not in the sense of that, there is two sides, and I believe that. I don't believe in cancel culture. More in the sense that there should have been repercussions that, should have taken place. Like, there was things put in place, like, oh, hey, maybe just come out and say sorry. But no, the PR team slept it under the rug. That's why I'm kind of against. kind of thing. Like people still support Chris Brown, even though there's fucking multiple things of him beating women while driving cars. You read that fucking thing, like, I fucking hate Chris Brown. You're a scumbag. But like, if you read it, it is fucked. Like he's driving his car and she can't get out, so he's beating the shit out of it. It's like, it's crazy because it's all a police report. Even though it's hearsay, she still had fucking bruises. Like, you can't get bruises. Like, it just makes no sense.
She could have fallen under the steering wheel.
I mean, it's a big car. She could have, like, choked on the handbrake. Who knows,
Like,
you know?
she could have been in the boot of the Bentley as a joke.
True.
She,
And then
she could have walked into the door.
she could have walked in the
that's
door
bad.
a bunch of times at 80 kilometers an hour.
I thought Wagner did. He released a letter though.
He just said, hey, listen, it's 2 ways, and that's about it. And I was like, okay, well, it's just the way he handled it. And then I'm just like, I'll give it some time. I listen to Smith Street because their music is great, especially the stuff they're working for.
I think,
But it's just like there wasn't much done into like kind of like don't sweep it under the rug.
I think if he came out and apologized though, that validates everyone's opinion, and then the blame is solely on him because she's never going to come out and defend him. So if he'd come out and been like, "Oh look, yeah, this happened and I apologize," then that's like lending validity to everything that you read,
Even the
and
weird
it
thing,
makes
though,
him look like a monster.
about it though, Georgia Mack wasn't even vindictive about it. She was more in the sense like, hey, this happened, and like the people that were bringing it up were more like, oh, kill him. She was like, yeah, these are emails of mine, and like, yeah, I'm like, it's bad. Like these are the things that if it needs to happen, cool, this is what we're good with. But then after that, she wasn't like leading the charge. She was kind of like, that's just happening.
Yeah, and you say that maybe there should have been some repercussions, but
they should have been.
if
a bit
there
better.
was, if anyone has the right to say, hey, there should have been repercussions, it's Georgia, and she could have gone ahead with that if she wanted to, but she didn't. Doesn't that kind of say something about the situation?
It's more in the sense of like it wasn't like there was nothing. Sweeping under the rug is so it shouldn't be done because it's been done for years through media and
I also think it was kind of swept under the rug as well, though, because it was no one else's business.
yeah, that's
What
what I was totally
business
fine.
is
I
it
was
of-
totally
of
fine with
absolutely
that. But like
anybody
even
else's
if
about
Will
what
Wagner was
went
just
on?
like, oh hey, this shit happened, blah blah. I'm just like, okay, cool. Like there was if they addressed it better, it's just because it was kind of like, yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry. There's Beau's making pussies squeal.
That's just my body parts talking.
It happens on our 30.
Pussy bitch stuff.
Happens.
Yeah. Right, so this counts. I'm so out of loop with this stuff.
Beau, have you ever been Me Too'd?
Like someone says, I've got that, and they're like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Christian did it to me once. I said, I've been to Vegas, and he's like, yeah, me too.
Shit, Bohem. That's been confirmed. Hashtag Me Too.
Hashtag, there you go, guys. Jump on it. That's Beau just admitted that he's
Bombshells.
been Me Too'd.
Bombshells. Bags.
That's
of
not as
bags.
bad as being like fem
here we go.
blasted.
Is that an extra $60 at Vegas or? I've never been fed bastard.
Did you say Fed? By the Fed.
Yeah.
So the
By
Central
Roger
Reserve
Federer.
of the
Roger Federer put his
You got-
fucking racket in my ass and
you
got
got-
fed blasted. Yeah.
You got Swiss watch.
Now by the FBI.
Shout out to Nick Kyrgios and
Are you a
making
fan of Nick
tennis
Kyrgios?
interesting. I don't watch sport, but I'll watch him.
You
Shout
don't
out
watch
to him.
sport? What's UFC?
That's man fighting.
What did you think of the McGregor fight, the new one recently?
Good.
Cowboys
And
are
I
Was it
can't
the
believe
biggest letdown ever because it was over in like 40
no
seconds?
way.
Nah, it builds him.
The fights before were shit. I was pissed off with the Holly Holm fight,
Yeah.
which is the
Holly
co-main.
Holm?
The co-main event was terrible. That was a hug fest.
Yeah.
Even Dana White said it. And then Connor got on, and I was excited to see Connor back. 40 seconds, fucking loved it. We're in Koh Samui watching it, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? This is bullshit." I'm like, "Nah, fuck that. He just broke his orbital fucking bone and fucking smashed his."
Conor
nose."
McGregor used a dirty boxing technique to nearly KO someone. It's the craziest fucking shit. Like that clinch shit is normally used to position, and he used it to break bones, and that is mental to me.
Oh, it's
Like,
insane.
Beau, what are your thoughts on Donald Trump getting re-elected for a second trimester?
Well, he's-
Re-erected.
Re-elected.
Is he going through his second trimester?
He's got- Have you seen? He's pregnant.
You know what? He's odds-on favorite to win.
Yeah, hundo. I got money on it.
Have you got money on that?
No, I don't.
You can sports bet that.
Yeah, good.
Are you scratching your face with a microphone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good for the audio podcast. Hey,
You know
guys,
what? Yeah, they're saying, but I don't believe it because he lost the vote to Hillary, popular vote, but he won
Yes.
the electoral college.
Yeah, because the Russians.
But I just can't see I can see a lot of rednecks coming out now trying to say, fuck yeah.
Rednecks will never come out.
That's true. That's true. Unless it's with a Ford Fusion running over people.
That's
at
a big
protests.
closet. Nah.
No, like, so he already lost the first election technically,
Yeah.
but to a woman, which
Ooh.
which is for him that
Oh,
was.
who sounds like a
No, no, no.
misogynistic jerk now? He lost the election to a
Yeah,
woman,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
My
yeah,
two
Not just some other
dads.
person, not just some other politician.
My
It was a
two
woman, was it, Beau?
dads. My
Yeah,
two
yeah, yeah.
You had to
dads.
make that distinction, didn't you?
It was
a
no,
woman.
sorry, I meant Hillary Clinton, who had a lot of dirt on
Welcome
her.
back to 2.5 Men.
And I can't see. I see a lot of people didn't vote last time, voting this time, and pushing someone like Biden over line. But who? I don't give a fuck. It's
Biden
not our
over
election.
Biden's a piece of shit.
He's not great.
Vote
Who's
one
better?
Bernie.
But he couldn't pass anything he's talking about.
He can't pass his kidney stone.
They can't even impeach the president. How's he going to pass free Medicare? And he needs
Because every other country, every other developed country has
everything
it.
goes through their
No one wants to live in a country where you have to pay $30,000 to have a baby.
That's chump change for Beau, though.
$30,000
Isn't that everyone's weekly wage?
to have a baby.
With that gold chain.
That's the reality of like them not having healthcare. Whereas Great Britain, us, Canada, do you know what it costs you to have a baby? Fuck all.
What happened to Obama trying to push it through?
Yeah,
Obamacare.
It's the Congress or whatever.
Obama self.
fucking
No.
cut it.
yeah, absolutely.
So they have the greatest ideas, but then they fucking can't get
But
them through.
it'd be nice if there was someone in power that was actually trying to pass them instead of.
Well, obviously, yeah. He's trying to
Trying to
pass
build a
this. What is it? The Star Force, the Space Force.
Fuck who knows.
He's spending like yeah.
I mean, him and Scum Morrison are practically the same. So, I mean, I don't want to get political, guys, but I believe in the purge.
Scotty from marketing.
I believe in the purge, guys.
Don't get me started on Scotty from marketing.
Scotty
Jesus
from
Christ.
marketing.
If I have to hear one more boom, I'd be like, oh, so what if you went to Hawaii?
Dude,
So
you ever
what
been
if
to
you went
Hawaii,
to
though? Dude, he got laid.
He's not entitled to some time off.
Oh, he's the
Man.
prime minister.
They
You
treat
gotta
him
get
like
paid
he
for
lit it. Like who lit it?
Well, who boomers or
No, the fires.
no?
I mean, he
like-
might have. I don't,
No,
Scotty from marketing.
It's all Gladys Berkelian or whatever the fuck.
Are you having a
her name is.
stroke? Are you
Greta.
okay?
No.
Greta Thunberg.
Greta
Gladys
Thornbury.
Berkelian?
Liza.
How do you say her name? Gladys Berkelian?
Who
Oh,
is
that's
this?
the one. Yeah.
She may as well have lit
Yeah,
the
sure.
fires, let's be honest.
Who the hell is that?
She's the MP for New South Wales. She
Frankston.
cut about $150 million of the budget directly out of wildlife, the people that were meant to stop.
Backburn.
Conservations.
Not just backburn, but the people that
Yeah.
they have this position of like fire safety officer in their like parks department. That's basically who she cut all the money from. Like it's like the equivalent to the parks department, and they have fire safety officers, which it's their job to like organize backburning and do risk assessments and that sort of thing, right? So all of Tasmania, very small state, has 10 of these fire safety officers, right? New South Wales has the landmass of like 4 times that. They have 10 for the entire area.
You stand in each
Are you
corner.
fucking serious? Like
No
Victoria's
kidding.
big
They
enough.
used to have about 23.
Guess who's getting their jobs back, boys?
Because she cut about 150 million from the budget, they only had 10. Of the people that you go to ask, how likely are we to have a fire? What do we need to do to prevent a fire? They only had 10 for the entire state.
Ever since Black Saturday,
Yeah.
I guess they've forgotten.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's still fires happening right now. We are practically on fire. We are on fire. We're dealing with World War III and World War Z. There's fucking coronavirus. We're all going to die. The next podcast, we're all going to be zombies. Sorry, guys. It's going to be a lot of moaning. We've been moaning the past 2 hours anyway, but it'll be fine.
aliens will listen to this.
Yeah, I hope so. I
That's
hope
it.
ALM as well. What?
the alcohol delivery.
Yeah, shout out to ALM.
Shout out to ALM for all the pallets of alcohol you bring to every bottle shop.
100% to my house.
You've got a direct line with ALM. It's like Amazon Prime.
Pretty
for-
much
for
like the mayor's phone to pick it up.
ALM Prime.
So what were the final questions we did with Chris the other week?
Anal? Yes or no? I haven't got to the end of the podcast. Let's spoil it.
Fucking send it, bro.
What did we do? We did, how are you going to die, Jimmy? What are you going to die of?
Easy. I'm going to die at the age of 35. And it's going to be shotgun.
I thought you were going to say wine tour bus.
No. I hope I die happy. I probably won't, but it'll probably be all sudden. And if I do die tomorrow, then this is grim.
No.
But, you know.
If you die tomorrow, I probably won't release this, hey?
Reese will be fucking hilarious. Play it at my funeral. Dude, this is,
That's all right. We'll do
this
the
is
release
me,
at the funeral.
mind, body,
my
and
God.
soul. Everything. Play it at my funeral. Sorry, Mum. Adriana, please come.
Come on, Grande.
That was the name of the stripper. You can look her up.
Who's Adriana?
That was the name of the stripper.
Oh, was
porn
that
star.
the name?
That's who it was.
Adriana Church Cutoff or something like that. No, it's not right. That's the other one. Her
Like-
name was her name was Adriana Lynn. You can look that up. Lynn. Adriana Lynn. She can give me my money now. Use
And
sponsor code
her-
Dougan.
Like she's got 2 videos and one's like full on like DP.
Yeah, it's crazy. I
Is
wasn't
that a
ready
porn
for
name? Like if someone punches Adriana Lynn into Pornhub, that'll
it.
come
Dude, that's
up.
not the only thing they're gonna be punching. It's gonna be great.
They'll be
Duffer.
marinating. Some marinating will be
2
going.
thumbs up for Duff. Oof.
Mate, that's a bleak question. How are you gonna die? I don't think anyone can really. That's the one thing you can't determine.
It's a bit. No, I like asking it because I feel like it makes you think about yourself a little bit. It makes you think about.
So Dugan's thinking short term.
Oh yeah. No, I mean,
So Dugan's not thinking very.
He's not
I-
investing
I-
his money in
I don't
mutual
give a
funds.
shit. I live every day to the fullest. No, you know, I don't give a shit. If I die tomorrow, then I die tomorrow. At least I lived. But to now, like, I'd rather die. I don't give a shit. I'll die.
You
If
know
I
what?
die, I die.
I think it's too much emphasis because you don't know when you're dead, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
If I'm dead is when I'm settled. Never settle. Episode 2.
Yeah.
Guys, listen to it.
Hey, let's get deep here. Who's Walking Dead right now? Who's not achieving that fucking dream?
Rick Grimes,
Who's
The
not-
Walking Dead. Carl. Yeah, he's in Walking Dead.
I've never seen that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Carl.
What about you, Christian? How are you gonna die?
I've already answered that.
I can't remember what you
Can
said.
I ask either a deeper
back and
question?
listen to the
Yeah, can you?
episode
You
then.
need to ask us.
I'll
a
ask
question.
you guys a deep question if I haven't asked. What's your favorite Pornhub category?
Leprechaun back,
Leprechaun back.
back pussy. Leprechaun back
pussy.
pussy.
Back pussy.
Yeah.
Christian, what's your category?
I usually just hop in and punch in Bohem.
Bohem.
See what comes
And
up.
then,
Bohem
and
pussy
then my
dream.
Facebook pops up, and that's good enough.
Yeah, that
You guys have categories? I'm just on my phone. I use the previews when you go over the thumbnail. That's all I need.
Yeah.
3 seconds. Done.
Yeah, you need to figure out like different scenes.
Yeah, you just go
can't
through
judge
all
off
of them.
one.
You let them load and you go ding, 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 ding. Done. That's 5 seconds of 30-minute videos. That's all I need. Efficiency. That's what I learned from Dad. Thanks, Beau.
Yeah, and X videos is better than Pornhub.
Yeah. Here's a question. Where do you guys see yourselves in 10 years? Beau, you'll be 50. So, Christian.
When I'm 50, I'll be retired. So I'm going to be retired.
Bit retired, living in Boca Raton.
How many times have you been to Vegas in 10 years, Beau?
I was 11.
For the next 10 years?
Not as much.
You got to go 12? Do 12 pussy.
20.
Double up.
Nah,
You won't have to go there because you'll be living there.
No, I'm going to go to Tasmania 10 times and just upgrade my life. 'cause
Dude,
where
Tassie's
it's
great.
at.
Right there for Falls. It's great.
Yeah, because you got cancelled.
I got cancelled. I got
At
cancel
Lawn.
cultured by Falls.
Yeah, cancel culture.
I was
Yeah,
there,
that's right.
guys.
You were going to Falls in Lawn.
I was there at Lawn first day. John Farnham called me a pussy. It was great. It was sick.
What?
But then- yeah, because no one knew the words to Long Way to the Top. So he's like, "Come on, you pussies, you know the words." And we were just like, "Excuse you, sir."
Did he say that?
Yeah, that dude's huge. Oh, yeah, if you look it up. it's
Did he
horrible.
actually say pussies?
Yeah,
that's
it's video of it.
hilarious.
It's great.
Did you just turn around and like, okay, boomer?
Yeah, no, I looked at him. I was like, okay.
Fucking boomer.
No, I pulled
like
my
baby
back pussy
boomer?
out. No. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, how are you not?
No,
aware-
don't. He does on the internet in Hillsville.
How do you not know about the whole okay boomer thing? Are you kidding?
What is
Bo's a
that?
boomer.
Like the basketball team?
No,
Yes,
okay,
boomers.
boomer is like just what everyone, all millennials. You know how boomers are constantly having go at millennials. This is our comeback. Now,
that's your
whenever a
response.
boomer has a go at you or something, you
Yeah, that
just
guy's
say,
it's ours.
all you have
can't
to
use
do
it.
is
It's ours.
okay, boomer.
You can use
so
it on
good.
all your wine tours. And they're like, Bo,
I'd have to say that 10 times a day.
Okay,
Bo,
boomer.
can you turn the aircon down, Bo? Can you put Smooth FM on? Bo,
Smooth FM?
Bo, you're driving too fast, Bo.
This isn't gold.
I had that the other day. There's a little raise and a roundabout. You know, you got little raises on the side of some of the roundabouts and you can drive over it.
See razors? Are you cutting these bitches?
No.
Come here, Ethel.
I drove over it and he's like, "Oh, you hit the roundabout there, mate." Okay, boomer. I've got
Okay,
it. Have
boomer.
I got it? Have I got it? Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, Bo,
Okay, boomer.
you've hit it too fast.
I'm like,
fucked the
I
suspension.
had to say to him like,
Bo, you
can
fucked
go
your
over that.
suspension. Oh, my fucking wife's in the back. She's falling over, Bo. Fuck.
okay,
Get off the ground, Ethel.
Fucking hell, Bo. Your trips
Ethel,
are
get the
wild.
finger out of there.
You should have turned
Stop
around.
duffing me.
You should have turned around and be like, "No, that was a hobo."
It's fine.
That was a hobo. I'm a
Bo.
The one time James Dougan drove for me, I don't want to miss this story.
That's 2. 2 times, actually. I'm
You
on
drove the
books.
same client twice.
No, I did a wedding, cunt.
Oh, you did. You drove a wedding in your Camry.
Hyundai. Guys, it's an Orion. You can see it outside. It's parked. It's an Orion. It's a Camry with glitter.
I
That's what
sent
it
him
is.
to and pick up. Was it the bride and the husband?
I did both, yeah, man. I went to the photo shoot and everything. I was also dressed up like the bride. Had the bridal party. I had blue shirt and fucking chinos on. I got out there wearing blue shirts and chinos. They're like, "Are you?" And I was like, "No, I'm not part. I'm just the driver." They're like, "Oh, did Beau tell you?" I'm like, "How the fuck would Beau know?" But Beau knows.
Bo knows.
Yeah, Beau knows. But here's a story.
You literally drove. I had a client that found me and used me. This is the only time I've ever had a client like this. They were using me for transfers to the hospital.
2 thumbs
or
up,
any
bum.
transfers really. And I took her a few times, and she had this. She's getting shock treatment therapy.
Yeah, Danny on Heatherton
Driving
Road.
her from
Shouts
the Yarra
out.
Valley.
Heatherton Road.
Heatherton Road shock therapy treatment. I don't know. It was the thing. It sounds barbaric. It sounds like torture, and I'm like, how the fuck is this litigated?
Well, she
And
got in
how-
the bathtub. They chuck a couple of AA batteries in. That was it.
She's like, oh. And then she had a mental breakdown. She was a teacher at one of the high schools in the hills. And,
Principal.
Was she a principal?
Yeah, she was principal for a bit, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, she told me.
But she had a meltdown, and we drive past this school on the way to the fucking shock clinic, and she's like, "Excuse me, Beau, I need to do this." She's like, "You fucking pricks and you fucking dogs," and puts her fingers up at the place when we're driving by, and I'm sitting in the car listening to Gold FM, and then Hall & Oates is on. I'm just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, here she comes. Watch out,
Said,
Beau. She'll chew you up.
And so I
bit of
Okay, boomer.
education.
so I
That's
palmed.
my favourite Hall & Oates song, by the way.
Mine is
Sex education.
Is that a song? By Leprechaun back pussy.
back pussy. Make it clap for me, daddy.
Education.
Okay, I'm gonna look that one
No
up.
bleeding. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, that
And-
back pussy.
Yeah. So I offloaded her to James, and fair to say, you drove erratically or something. like that?
Erratically, yeah, because I had her thumbs up my ass. So it was hard to drive a Camry. So also, if everyone knows, the Toyotas, they have a foot handbrake. Boy, oh boy, was I fucking around the corners in Hillsville. I drove 10 under the limit. This bitch, no, that was the worst finger I've ever got. Sorry, a thumb. Thumbs up.
And low key, I don't know how they are allowed to do shock therapy. I think it's
Loki, why the fuck did
kinda
you give it to
works.
me?
I can't believe that still happens, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
happening in Melbourne. And it's like not even spoken about.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
Heatherton Road.
No.
Yeah, everyone knows it's a big fucking yellow building on the left if you're going down towards Nelby Park.
Yeah, past Oasis.
You drive past it. Well, I know you do. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of shit going on down that way.
Yeah, shout it out.
But
Hold it down, Heatherton Road.
shout out to Dugan for that one job he did and the wedding.
I did a wedding
That's
and then
correct.
2
shock,
weddings.
shock therapy and wedding
That's how I was on the
transfers.
books. Sorry, guys, I couldn't come to the Christmas party. I was occupado with 2 thumbs up my ass. Getting duffed.
Getting
Getting
duffed.
daft.
Yeah, a couple of fireballs and getting duffed.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, Jimmy, thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, guys. Sorry, guys, I was getting my car driving away.
Hey Jimmy, good to see you, man.
Who are you?
Who are you guys? Shout out to Duff.
All right. Thanks, Jimmy. That was weird. Oh, that's it. All right. That was Jimmy, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you managed to sit through all that.
He's not even drinking. This is the most hectic shit ever.